welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got the one and only, the multi-world champion, a multi-champion, a legend, and icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. We got the executive producer of The Flank, Mr. Benjay Nassim. And today we got a special guest in the building, five-time Call of Duty champion, top 75 of all time. Give it up for Nameless, ladies and gentlemen.
That's where we're going with that one?
Top
75.
Man. Top 7. How you doing, How you doing, man?
You think top 75?
No,
I think 50, bro.
I'm just bullshitting. Yeah, honestly.
All right, fair enough.
You might be fringe 50 in it.
Fringe? How many people got 5 chips though? Realistically,
That is fair.
No, you're definitely top. You got to be up there.
Yeah, but you have like boomer chips. Like you're like 3 of yours count to like 1 modern day chip.
yeah. All right. Well, let's talk. We can get into
Nah,
this.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
You hear this? Like we're playing against. I'm playing against Aches. How's that a boomer chip? Like this guy.
bro, and when people say the plumber shit and you go back and look, the people that are the plumbers are all top 20 all time.
All time,
Like,
exactly. Yeah. And also, after
That's
some of
gonna
the
be a
shit
good
I saw
episode.
today, you could take these players and you put them in
This
Black
is
Ops
gonna be a
2.
good
I'm
episode.
legitimately running a circle around them if you put them in Black Ops 2. I'm
Bro,
not
and
joking.
people don't
You're
have
not
to know
running
how to
anywhere,
play
bro. You're sitting on a
nowadays,
heady with an FAL. You're not running
You're
anywhere.
not doing nothing, bro.
Wait, Sam. I was an SMG back in the day. You know that,
In BO
right?
too?
Yes,
Really?
I was an
Oh, I didn't know
MSMC.
that.
Yes, main sub.
Oh shit.
Nice
Wait,
try,
what team?
buddy.
What team are you on?
Not
to be?
getting me.
You were a
Unite.
sub player?
Unite,
Oh,
really?
hell no.
I was an SMG.
Oh shit.
Were you?
Thompson, hell no.
Yes, I was an SMG and MW3 as well. By the way, main sub.
Really?
You gotta know your guys' ball knowledge is just not on point.
You were
Yeah.
technically a FAMAS in BO1, but everybody was.
I feel,
Yeah,
like,
everybody
I
was,
feel like I
yeah.
always remember you as an AR. Well, you definitely
Yeah.
were. You were an AR when you played with me, for sure.
Well, I was just a flex, but.
But yeah, regardless, we appreciate you hopping on, bro. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. It's always a pleasure hearing from you on the desk, and now we got you on the flank. How many times have you been on the flank? It hasn't been a lot of times. I think it's only been.
It's been a while. I think when you guys first started, I used to pop in all the time, but just been an avid watcher and supporter of the boys.
Appreciate you,
but
bro.
I'm glad to be back, dude. It's a good time. This is I like to call it the heartbeat of the Call of Duty community. So it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna
I
have fun
appreciate
today.
it, bro. Yes, sir. Love having you on, bro. So I appreciate you coming on. We're going to hop right into it. Not going to waste any time. Got a lot to talk about today. But first series of the day, we got Atlanta FaZe going up against the Miami Heretics. And what the hell happened here to the FaZe boys? They got smoked today 3-1. Miami took them out. They actually lose the first map to Atlanta FaZe 250 to 218 there in the Vault hard point. But the next 3 maps, I mean, it was a masterclass for Miami. It was a close map too, and the dealership S&D went down to around 11. Miami was able to close that one out. But the Hacienda control 3-1 there for Miami, and then 250 to 220 in the red card hard point. So a close series there towards the end, but Miami looked really dominant today. I mean, we'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. Pat, we'll start with you. Miami come out and slaughter FaZe today, 3-1. I didn't expect it. And I think Miami, like we said yesterday, is kind of elevated to like this new level. Like they're looking really good. What do you think about it, Pat?
I mean, they definitely beat them. I don't know if I would use the word slaughter.
The
Both hard
control
points were
was a slaughter.
Scroll
but...
down the slide.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that, Matt?
I'm just saying.
Let's take a
Whoa,
look here
whoa.
at the stat sheet real quick before you go, Pat. We got a .73 from Abizi, a 1.12 from Celium, a .83 from Draza, and a .82 from Simp. On the other side, you have Metals with a masterclass series, a 1.24. You got 105 kills in this one, a 1.09 from Real, a 1.22 from Rencourt, and a 1.10 from Super. Match MVP, probably Metals. Yes, it is, with a 1.15 in hardpoint, a 1.71 in search, and a 1.38 in control. Bro, Metals had a generational series today, Slay.
I mean, yeah, and he's typically one of their worster players.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say something. Y'all aren't gonna like it. Y'all aren't gonna like what's about to come out my mouth.
We're about 5 minutes in. Let's go, Pat.
This was a tactical loss.
Okay.
I thought they already had one of those.
This was a tactical loss.
I thought they had one of those.
Explain.
Miami is
This is
fringe
not what they
top
wanted to
8.
hear.
Miami is fringe top 8, bro. This is a tactical loss out of the FaZe to ensure that the teams at the bottom are qualifying for champs.
Oh,
Tactical
they want the
loss.
freebies at the
Tactical
last
loss.
Oh, that's insane clip.
Okay.
Okay, that's insane.
They were
clip.
coming for me, Pat. They were saying that you have to keep. Well, they were actually saying we all have to keep that.
It makes sense.
That same energy that we give to Optic, we got to give to FaZe. That's what they were saying.
Hell
I'm giving it to
no.
him, but the
So I'm gonna
difference
put
is
Grandma
FaZe is
back
a
in
1
the
seed.
retirement home, man.
Optic is not a 1 seed.
Wait, first of all, no, we don't have to give that same energy because they've won back-to-back-to-back tournaments. So
Yeah, that's
Optic
what I was
too.
saying.
nah, we don't give them. We're not giving them that.
I mean,
But-
the takeaway for me is just Miami's hot right now, bro. They're 3-0. They're clearly hot, but yeah, I mean, I just like if this match played out 10 out of 10 times, especially on LAN, I'm betting FaZe all 10.
Yeah. What about you, Sam? We'll go to you. What'd you think of the series?
I think this one meant a lot more for Miami than it did for FaZe. I will absolutely not hold FaZe and Optic to the same standard. I think Miami just looked great since their roster change, bro. I tweeted that this is similar to Neptune on Vancouver, and I'm sticking to my guns because they're just performing right now. This team is the fucking real deal at the moment. Hopefully, again, I feel like I'm in the same position as like pre-Major 2 Vancouver, where I want them to go to the event and have a good one. But Miami look really fucking good right now, man. This roster change upped the pace of their game. You heard it in the post-game interview today. They just look good. I think that they're playing well together. I think Super is a completely different player than Lucky. I think he commands a lot more pressure on the map and pushes pace, and that's something this team was lacking. I do think, again, Metals had a crazy series, but this is like a 1 in 40 series from him. I will give him his flowers because he did it against FaZe, but this is a rare occurrence. But I think overall, Miami, what Pat said, they're hot right now, and going into their home major, they could be a dangerous, maybe top 4 dark horse.
Yeah. What about you, Benjay? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I thought Miami, if you watch their arrows and how they play, like there's good team con. I don't think the hard point, the red car was the most efficient red car in the world, but we've seen Miami play that. I think it's time for a little bit of a combo about the form of the submachine guns on the side of FaZe. You want to click through, Tom, to Simp stats. When you pull up Simp's page, go over to the matches.
And
tab.
you want to know why he's not playing well?
I mean, we got to talk about
Because
the
he's
form
on
here.
my fantasy team, Ben.
No
that costs-
way,
Go to
Sam.
go to completed matches, Tom.
One of the greatest players of all time is a permanent point
Roll
8
down.
because he's on my fantasy team.
No way, Sam. No way.
I mean, Abizi got world starred, bro.
Well, so it's both them. So if you take a look at Simp's overall stats this stage, he's really, really struggling. So he's got to kind of figure out a bit of the form. On the Tyler Abizi side, I don't think Abe is playing the worst because if you go pull up his actual
Today
stats,
he got world
today
starred.
he got
bro.
world starred. In
Bro.
control, he's been pretty solid. S&D obviously has been
Bro,
good, but
the
he's
amount
been,
of times Abe threw his lifeway Ben today, we got to talk about it, especially in that search. Like, brother.
We're gonna be pulling up clips from the search too, because
So
the search
here-
was obviously.
here's the thing
a
I'll say
problem.
about S&D with him. I just think with the way that he plays search, you don't want to clip his wings. I do think if you look at his form in hardpoint, and this goes back, not even just like it's
Was
not
that
even just
one
this
positive
match.
hardpoint game. Holy fuck!
It goes all the way back to the tournament. Like he has been getting away with some poor hardpoint performances for a minute now, and I think as we've seen with this game, like pressure is everything out of your subs. You know, Chris is everything. Tyler was kind of up and down fine, but now that they're both not frying, doesn't matter if they're rotating early. Doesn't matter if they're getting set up. They're not going to get kills. They're not going to hold. They're not going to break. So they got to figure that out. I agree with kind of Sam and I were talking before the show. When it comes to them, like I'm not super worried about online versus LAN, but you don't want to come into the LAN on poor form. You definitely don't want to come into the LAN in losers bracket for the first time as a team.
What do you think it is? You think he's playing too fast, or what? You think he's just kind of just like in his own head, just over challenged? I mean, you said that what he was over challenged. I mean, what do you think about it?
I mean, I think every match kind of has a story. I think with this one, I mainly was talking about the dealership. There's a lot of situations where I feel like
Pull up some rounds here. I'll pull it up.
he's just not super comfortable restoring his life away. But before we get to that part, I want to just say about Miami staying on track. Like they look legitimately disgusting, bro. And like I feel like it's like a void that's been filled for them because, as Sam mentioned, like dude, they have so much pace, and now you bring another guy who's able to like match that pace. It's gonna elevate Metals, man. And we saw that today. Like this team is legitimately gross. And you think about the first 2 tournaments. When they got to LAN, they got better. I mean, even with the loss to Thieves last time, it was so narrow, and they were in loser brackets to just get bopped out, and they got obviously unfortunate having to play Thieves. But like that match, they look legit. And now you bring in a guy like Super, who is obviously way better than Lucky. I mean, he's ridiculous in search, and the respawn was solid. Like this is a legitimate, I think, contender going into the next tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I actually agree with you, man. I feel like Metals is like such a momentum-based player. Like, and now that they got more pace to him, like the flow's kind of better with the squad. Like, with Lucky, I feel like I was saying this the other day. Super's like a playmaker. Like he's an impact player. Like he'll make plays. Like he'll actually be an impact. Where Lucky was just kind of like filling in his role. I feel like more than like actually being an impact and making plays.
I agree.
So it just elevates this team to like a whole nother level, and they look good. They look really good. I think the Miami hype train, and they've had a point in time where their Vamos bucks were pretty expensive. No, Pat, these guys have had times where they were up there. No, Pat, I'm pretty sure you were pretty high on their list, Pat, early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they always. I feel like every year it's the same thing though. They just get super hot and cold depending on like the event.
This was different.
You think it's different because of a roster change, but I mean, bro, like how many roster changes have had honeymoon periods that do the exact same thing?
But Pat, we got to add context to this, right? So on the year, okay, Miami have been consistently pretty good at hardpoint. Like they've been a top 6 team at HP on the year. Where they have struggled has been control. They haven't been able to win anything besides vault. Well, lately they're starting to get better at Hasi, right? So we only got 3 control maps. You can get good at Hasi and vault. You're in a good spot. And then S&D, they couldn't fucking buy a win outside of their run that they had at Major 1. Super is one of the best search players we have so far this stage.
I'm not arguing this is not Miami's probably best roster they ever had in the CDL, but I still think they're a hot and cold team, even if they're the best team they've ever had.
Just haven't seen the big cold with this unit though, so I think
We've only played 3 series.
We got 2 weeks of matches. What I mean,
I'll just say,
I would
Pat,
hope
like
not.
if you watch them on the map though, like the ideas and what they're trying to do together, like that's the style of COD that's gonna get them deep in the tournament the way they're playing right now.
Well, I think they've been consistent at hardpoint. Like I don't think they've been hot and cold in HP.
Yeah, they've always been good.
That's
Chris brings that up a lot. If he was here, I'm sure he'd agree with you. Yeah. Chris always talks about Miami's
their
hardpoint.
control record was horrible, wasn't it? They
were only good at vault.
They had a breadstick on every map that wasn't vault.
Yeah, their control was terrible. I didn't think their search. How bad was their search? Was it? I think it was
it
bad.
It was like bottom 3 or bottom 4 in the league.
Yeah, it was like I didn't realize it was that bad. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Remember we spent an entire episode just like losing full about their Skyline search. Like they were getting bloods, but they didn't know what to do in the 4v3s.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of search, I mean, we can segue into the dealership. I mean, a lot of this was on Rancor too, but this guy's clutching up like crazy. I mean, we start things off the first round. I just showed it was actually Abizi who was in the clutch situation here, and I actually thought Abizi could have clutched this. Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
Rancor was. You were muted, bro. Rancor has got to be one of the most confident players. Bro, he's just chowing everybody. Every single 1v1. Like, he saw Beezy here, and he said, yeah, fuck it, I'll run him.
Yeah,
like, that's literally his mentality.
He didn't give a fuck. And I thought when a Beezy tagged him, first of all, this was... I can't believe how one-shot Tyler was right here after Rancor, like, tagged him up for a second.
He threw
there.
one shoulder, 2 bullets, and he's one shot. That's
it was
insane.
crazy. He threw a quick shimmy, and he hit good shot. Like, Rancor must have hit some headshots there or something. He hit some nice shots. And then, yeah, right here, Rancor just finessing his life. He knows he has the time to his advantage, and Tyler has to push him, and he just does a great job finessing around this truck. And like Ant said, he's not scared to chow. He chows a Beezy.
That's a pistol.
Yeah, that's a pistol, and he made it look easy, too. I was going to show the Vol hardpoint, but, I mean, it came down pretty much to the last P4. We'll show where kind of FaZe get boo-bopped here and kind of show you guys what happened. Then we get into the next round. This is the 3-1 round. And this is just a retake from Miami. The bomb goes down from Atlanta FaZe. You can see it first starts with Metals going on those pinches. If Metals is winning his ones on the pinches and finding those bloods, I mean, this is just going to be easy for him because then they could just regroup. They gather together with numbers and they push together. I think one thing about Miami is when they're all in sync and then they're running together with their arrows, just kind of moving back and forth. We saw that against Optic, right? When their arrows are just going left to right and they're just kind of staying as a unit. I mean, they're all over the fucking map. So just fantastic trades going into that round. Any thought there on the FaZe setup? Anything you want to talk about there on the FaZe set? Anything they did wrong there? Because Miami,
he's throwing his hands up.
Oh no, I was actually gonna let you guys go, but I'll get my 2 cents in. I think right now we're watching the early rounds. Later in this map, I think FaZe figure the map out. Like obviously they lose 6-5, but like they realize like we got to play a little bit more aggressive, like either in these bomb plant situations, right? Because we're going to get picked apart. Like if a B's just sitting back there, which is obviously what you just saw. So as you keep going through these clips, I think FaZe figured it out. I think they'll be fine on this map for what it's worth by major time.
Yeah, it is a new map. So people probably are still trying to get reps on it and still trying to learn it, especially match reps. Practice reps are not the same as match reps, I feel like. I feel like,
bro, this map in scrims is probably awful.
Horrible, right? Like, it's
They're
probably not
teams
the
are probably
same.
just running it down in scrims on this map.
Yeah, for sure. I can only imagine how different it plays out, especially in I feel like S&D practice is a lot different than respawn practice. Like, people are trying shit and, like, doing weird shit. So I feel like people are really testing limits. But, in a regular match, it's just played a little bit differently. And, again, here's Rancor, another 1v1 situation, this time against Celium. And he's not afraid to chow there either. He takes the chow. Actually, we can see it from MC's POV here as well. Rancor sliding to that head glitch. Yeah, he's got good movement, bro. He's got some good shimmies on him. The Redcore slides out, hits him with the little shimmy right behind the head glitch.
Bro, am I
plays.
crazy for actually thinking this Miami team is like just like fucking insane?
I
they're
think they're
good.
insane,
Oh, they're
Sam. I
good.
agree.
I think they're genuinely fucking insane.
There's not a free kill on the map, bro.
No, there's not.
Like they
I would
really
say
went
Metal's
to the
consistency is a big thing.
last Spanish player. They went through 15 motherfuckers,
the
bro.
entire nation.
They went through the whole Call of Duty player base in their country, and Super was the last one. And this guy is disgusting.
Yeah.
I will say, Sam, Metals had a generational today. He's actually been
course.
playing good. I think he's still just because I expect Real Rencore to pop off the land. And Super, to Ant's point, I think is going to end with an insane S&D kitty by the end of the year. Metals is their X factor, though. If he continues doing this on land, you never know. But if he falls off, then maybe they get top 6. Just
I think he could do
Really
it.
on
I
that.
think Meadows could do it. He just needs to go back and just any matches where he's doing bad. He needs to go back and watch the VOD and just see like where his timings are fucking up and like where things are going wrong. Mechanically, he's great. Meadows is good mechanically. Like
he
when you watch
just
the
such
play,
a snowball on maps. Tom.
it's just how he plays. He just gets the sprints sometimes. He gets the sprints and
100%.
he just keeps running and he just runs and dies and his timings are off and
Dude, I thought FaZe was gonna win this. This play call was so good from whoever made it. I wish they didn't shoot. When they turn the corner here, I wish they didn't shoot.
yeah.
But it just comes down to like FaZe needed to bang this side out. Like if they're like, clearly we're playing like an aggressive B in that round anyway. It's like you just got to go early.
Also,
They just get caught.
I don't know what happened here, but I think did Abizi? What did he chow here?
He tried the right
He tried the
window.
window?
I think he just saw him jump into the corner, I think, and then just try to get an angle for the fight and died.
Yeah, I feel like him.
It looks like he was on the car when he does.
I feel like him and
Maybe
Draza.
slides
I
to
feel
it.
like him and Draza could have played tighter in this situation.
Yeah,
Just ran
he
together.
slid to the
you know what
car
I
and took
mean?
the fight.
Yeah, and Draza kept running, and Tyler kind of was like finessing garage. They could have just both stayed outer garage and just like finessed together. You know what I mean?
He almost wins this, bro. He's beaming.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
he was
gonna
beaming
kill
for
Rencore.
sure.
It's the AR shit, bro. You just can't kill that quick with it.
If he would have peeled somebody, they probably would have been able to do it. But yeah, great clutch from Miami. The ice was there, and the S&D did get really close there towards the end. And then we get into the control, and this is where to me Miami just looked unbelievable. Like in the control, they were just all over FaZe. They go on to win the first round. The defense, pretty clinical, pretty easy. It's usually the offenses that are harder to win. Actually, is that true? The offenses are harder to win for sure, right? I don't know what the percentage is on that, Ben. If you have the percentages on like offense, defense, percent, like what's
I think the
easier?
only map where offense could be arguably favorable is Protocol.
on control. Offense is not favored on any of the maps.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well,
Is it the closest on Protocol?
It might be
41%.
changing on there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It might, but it's 34 for Volt and 36 for Hossie.
I mean, they made this round, and again, I remember against Optic, it was Metals who was like getting on the points and like making people tweak, and he did that again here. Just like he's just stacking out the points, just going crazy. He's always like pinching and throwing shimmies. He just gets aggressive, and he's an impact. You know
what they were missing, Tom? What Miami was missing, especially in control, is you see Super willing to pull out the sub and just bang shit out and make plays, bro.
Yeah, he switches.
And it allows Rencore to kind of just be like the main AR dude and like really just be Slay in his role. And it just works, bro. Like look at Super right here. Him and Real just back and forth finessing. Like,
yep. And then,
What they're
after
missing.
that, you get to Rencore, who and you know what he's bringing to the table, and they have a lot of pace. Like you got Simp, he's one shot. It's just constant floods, constant trading. And then Metals obviously when he's on point, like bro, it's a big 2-piece there for Metals, and then they work off that, and then they keep that pressure on him. See them keeping pressure open hall, and how they're still pressuring that and still working that 8-point. Like they're not letting FaZe breathe. Like every time they're coming off spawn, like they're just filling in the right lanes, and they're doing it together, and they're trading well. They're trading
look at
efficiently.
Super, bro. He's just moving. He's just so annoying.
Why do you guys think it took him so long to get into the league? What do you think it was? You think it was just like a scouting problem, or do you think they just never got his opportunity? Like it just.
I mean, I just don't think Miami wanted to move on from their players. I mean, they brought him over. Was it right before Major One?
I mean, bro, they got
Right?
third. They got third at Madrid. That's
Yeah.
why he didn't get in the team earlier. Like,
It was
they
like
had
right
good
before Major
placing.
One, though, right? I remember.
But when he
Because
subbed in.
He had to get his visa.
Yeah.
And then that's what they were waiting on, 'cause
maybe
he's playing
people
new
in the chat said
challenges.
visa problems as well.
Yeah, I mean, off at third place, you weren't going to make a change.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. I mean, it just is what it is.
We got to tip their organization, bro. They've done well. Like all their pickups, Real, Rencore, now him. They're all good.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll do well if this results in them making a final. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like clearly this version of this team is good, but like
Look at a break off
you
here.
still got to play out and close this and like actually bring something to this organization. If they just Well, go ahead, Pat.
What's their best placement of all time?
Third.
They
Major
did
one.
that once?
Major one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Wow,
Black Ops,
Tom, that
Black
break
Ops
off
You
was
saw that
4.
break off, right? That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Watch
I'm
this
trying
break
to
off.
remember
This break
Black
off
Ops
was
4.
clean.
I think they got top 6 once in Black Ops 4, did they not?
They had like a crazy 8-0 start to the league in BO4 as well. They were really good at the beginning.
One of the open events, I think they got top 6 that year, but I don't remember which one. All right, Tom, go ahead.
And they run it down, and get right to the spawn kills as well. Like as soon as they get the kills, like Real's already in their office. You have 2 or 3 guys stacked on point. Like they're just like a well-oiled machine right now. Like there's not really much to like they're playing really good COD right now. Like these guys are playing really good Call of Duty. Like, you got to give it to them. Constant pressure, and here they are again, right? Like same round, like another offense, but same situation. Like they're on B, they're capping B, and while that's happening, players off spawn are just pushing out open over and over again, just running at their office, and they can't do anything, just keeping the pressure on them. There's some teams that just don't have the pace to do this. They just don't play like this.
Legitimately, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they literally just can't play like this.
Who does it? Who like has done this to FaZe really? Like just abused them like this?
Not many teams, to be honest. I mean, they have their off days. They have their off days. You know, and they have their matches. But, I mean, Miami just looks like... There's days where it's like, oh, like FaZe look off. Today just looked like Miami was on fucking point. Like, they looked on point today. And then we get to the red card hard point, and it was just the last couple hills here for me. Pretty back and forth map. I think the red card, the only thing that kept FaZe in this red card were the stage hills. That was the only thing, right? In this map, at least from what I remember. And then it came down to these last P2s where Miami, again, just put FaZe in a blender. Like, FaZe can't get out of this blender. Miami wins so many fights through these last couple hills. I honestly felt like the 2 stage hills, FaZe were able to hold, like, a lot of time on it and keep this game close. But you could just take a look at the scoreboard, right? I mean, 40 and 27 from Metals, 26 and 23 from Real, 28 and 24 from Rencor. On the other side, for FaZe, everybody's negative except for MC, who's positive 1. And they were still somehow in this. It wasn't until the very end where Miami was able to close it out. But what did you guys think about the red card hard point? What did you guys think about the series just overall? If you have any final points, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I mean, I will say this with the product of the 5-game fucking splits. Like FaZe have got Vegas and Optic next week. Like you know, they usually find a way to clutch these.
Yeah, they're gonna win both of those.
Not getting
they win
3-0
both
is
as well.
big for the map count, but yeah, I mean, they got to close out next week.
All right,
And
we've
get a
been
decent seed.
like we gassed Heretics. They look great, but in terms of this red card, I will just say, bro, they are kill horning crazy. Regardless,
so?
of
You think
They have a couple egregious red card reps this year in matches.
This was bad.
They have the worst map of the season. Still, to me,
Yeah.
against Optic on this map, their red cards are not clean for
I'm
sure.
starting to think it's just like it's a literal viable like strategy on this map. It's
Yeah,
so
I
weird.
was
Just
gonna
like-
say, and do you think it's getting to a point where people are doing that on purpose? Like
yeah, I think so. Bro.
like people might be leaving hills wet on purpose because if they're getting into hills and they're just
no, I was talking about the spawn blending,
I'm
like
talking
just
about
kill
in
horning.
certain situations. I feel like teams are leaving the hill wet.
Really?
On purpose.
I mean, I think
so.
I think Miami's the worst defender of kill hornings on their P5s and their P1s. I think they just never get in hill time on P1 like ever.
I mean,
You just need a
yeah.
lot of kills on this map to really get like a good chunk of time on most of the
Yeah,
hills.
exactly. The only
You need a lot of
the
kills.
only hill I can really think about getting a good chunk of time is the stage hill. If you think
Yeah.
about it, right? The
Yeah.
P4 hill, and that's the
And
reason why.
depending on the P5 as well.
Right, and that's
if
the
you're the
only
trap.
reason why. That's the only reason why I felt like FaZe, because they got so much time on those stage hills. Like they were able to like stay in it because they were just getting bodied. Like P1 body, P2 body, P3 body, and then P4 boom. They just held so much time, brought it all the way back, and it's just like just big holds. But definitely a mixy red card. Miami come out hot. Pat, you got any other final thoughts on Miami and FaZe?
No, I mean I think Miami looks good, but I think I'm less high. Like I said yesterday, I know they've got some big wins, but I'm not expecting this to continue very long. That's just my early prediction.
All right.
Well, what are you gonna do if Miami gets top 4 next to that?
I mean that's or like I hate the format because like a top 4 isn't fucking insane anymore.
2 wins.
They would have
Like-
a 3rd and a 4th on the season. What would you do if they got top 4?
That they're a middle pack team that has dark horse potential. The same thing I've thought for 4 years. Like I don't know. I mean, what does a top 4 mean to me? I don't know why we care about that the same way, bro. Winning 2 games isn't fucking insane, especially with the context of the bracket matchups, bro. Sometimes you just get like the freeze and get top 4.
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the matchups and where you sit, right? You don't got to win a lot of matches to get there, but We'll see what happens, Pat. We'll see. We'll come back to this conversation. We'll see what happens. But let's move on to the next series of the day. We got the Vegas Falcons going up against the Optic Texas, and Vegas have done it. They have won their first series this year. And of course, it just happens to be against Optic Texas, who just dropped their player pred. Right?
Did anybody predict this to happen?
Did
you predict it to happen?
Oh, yes, sir.
I think there is only.
Let's go, Pat. I think I might have went 0-4 today.
Well, just to let everybody know. Yeah, me too. Jesus.
I actually might have. Let me check. I actually might have.
The only one I got right was the last one, LA Thieves. Everything else.
Oh no, I got okay. I went 1 for 4.
Actually, I don't know. No.
Sam got one today.
That is painful.
I went 2 for 4.
Did I get 2 or 1, Ben? What did I get? I forgot.
You got 2. Can you click on the map videos in this?
You
one?
guys picked LAG over Boston?
I did. They didn't.
Sam, you're smoking dust. Bro.
I'm just a Boston hater.
Right.
I still don't think that team's good.
The S&D videos are interesting. Scroll up to the videos.
I'm on the. You don't see. I'm on the vetoes.
Yeah. So these make a lot of sense. Okay.
What do you see in the vetoes, Benjai? What do you see in the vetoes? What do you see?
We just knew Optic are not confident in red card, and so.
Are you talking about what game mode?
Hard point. Obviously, in scrims we've seen them play it a bunch, and it's probably the worst map. But the trap they're now going into is they keep picking Vault and they keep losing it in games.
Bro, which is weird because I feel like Optic would love red. Like I feel like they would be a red card team when looking at their team on paper.
Yeah, but they also don't have the fucking hill. That's why they don't win the map. They're also an egregious kill horror fucking team on that map as well.
Bro, if you're... Wait, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was just going to say... No, you could go ahead. And I just wanted to let the audio listeners know what the score was and the stats real quick, and then we'll go right back to you. But it was a 3-1 Vegas Falcons win. First map was a Vol hard point, 250 to 185. Vegas closed that one out. Went to a round 11 S&D in the red card. Optic were able to win that one in the last round. A Vault Control, which was a 3-2 win for Vegas, and then the Skyline Hardpoint, which was 250 to 112 in the Skyline Hardpoint. Vegas came out and bodied them in the map number 4. Take a look at the stats. A 1.21 from RCs today. He has been fantastic for the Vegas Falcons ever since getting back into the league. You have Xnate with a 0.93, but still hanging in there with the damage, applying that pressure. You had AG, you had Pred, who originally was on Optic, now with a 1.11 playing his former team. And then you got P-Dog, Priesta with a 1.16. Even P-Dog's really stepped it up in the last couple matches. Now, on the other side, everybody negative except for Dashy. Dashy with a 1.09, Hook with a 0.94, Shotzi with a 0.77, and Skies with a 0.87. So clearly some struggles here on the other side with Optic Texas. Ant, we'll go right back to you. What were you saying? And go ahead. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I was piggybacking off of what Ben was talking about, and Ben, I agree 100%, bro. If you're Optic, like we were talking about how good their Vault was looking in scrims, like it's really good. But also, like Vault and Skyline just aren't maps that I feel like you can guarantee in series, right? And you're going up against Falcons, where it's like that's like their playground. You know what I mean? It's Pred and Xnate are gonna be running around. Like Alec and Priesta, I said it today. The one thing that they have going for them is that their ARs have pace. That's like the one thing they have going for them with that duo. And you saw it today. Like, dude, they're with their SMG dude. Like they play with the pace kind of similar to Miami in the HPs at least. And you had just 2 mixy maps where like Optic just looks sloppy and Vegas are gonna pummel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you Optic want to take that step, like one, obviously you have to be cleaner. We'll go into like the plays that they're throwing away, particularly Shotzi, but you have to get good at one of these more like strategic maps, I would say. Like you have to either figure out red card, you have to get good at Hasi.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Pat? What did you think of the series?
I mean, less about the series, but anyone who couldn't see this coming from a mile away has something in their eyes, huh? Because
You think so, Pat? You think there's something wrong with him?
Bro, this Optic team.
Because I didn't see it coming.
This Optic team, the way they're formed, their composition, this team is terrible, bro. Yeah. Like, I know everyone's going to have the little honeymoon stages. They win some scrims online. They win a couple matches. They look good. Listen, bro, this shit always reverts to the mean. Shotzi and Hook are a diabolical duo. Like, the way that they play COD, especially in a game like this, is diabolical to the team. And then you pick up a guy, like then you pick up Skies, who I swear to God, Skies came on this team being like, wow, I'm fucking ass. I'm just going to sit in the hill and hope these guys run around and get kills. But when they're running around fucking up spawns the whole 10 minutes, like they don't have a roster composition that makes any fucking sense for this game. And then you got people like, oh, maybe Dashy and Shotzi don't work. What are we saying, bro?
Well,
this team is just, they don't play correct COD. They never have, ever. They got bailed out last year, but in a game like this where you're getting punted, bro, this team is cooked. They're chalked. It's not happening. And I mean, I know I've harped on it before, but the fact that I got to talk about it, the fact that Shotzi tweeted the like, if you got to play for the win thing, and then
bro,
and then
We'll get to some of the plays.
team that can't fucking win beats them, bro. This shit is insane.
It's an absolute movie.
Ant's never gonna say a bad word about another person for the rest of his life, bro.
Wait, but that was insane. I feel like if it was any other player, they'd be getting cooked so much harder for that. But he really did come out and basically say, like, yo, nobody's playing for the win. Like, no, the practice is dog shit. And like, to be honest, and I love Ant as a player, like throughout history, he's like dead ass costing them so many situations in game, bro. Like today, I put this series, like majority of the loss on Shotzi, especially both the hard points.
I mean, you live and die by his play style, bro. He's not the only player in history that's been like that.
Too much. He does too much.
In this game, he's getting fucking punished.
No, he costed them both the hard points, dead ass.
There are a couple of clips, and we'll go through them where he did all of the work to slow down a team, just tossed away his life for literally zero reason.
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I'm saying. That's the live and die by it.
And then just throwing away last 10.
But if he gets the bailout kills, it could work. But like that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, but he's trying to bail out situations that require no bailout.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Playing.
You know what he's doing?
He plays situationals like he has to make a play and go crazy and get a fucking tick-toxy when he just doesn't have to.
Bro, I mean, I will say I think Kyler was the same player in Black Ops 4, and sometimes he would go for fucking 50 and win you the map by himself. But otherwise, he just makes the game so fucking hard for everybody else. Like,
you know what he was doing today, guys?
It's just a style of player.
He was trying to go off today, bro. It was the Falcons, and he wanted to fucking shit on them and beat Pred, and he was just challenging shit, trying to make huge impact plays. And like, I get it. Sometimes you can farm. Like, he's probably like used to that in his career, but like, bro, where y'all are at, like, you got to be playing ethical
I'm gonna be honest. You want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I think he's trying to overcompensate right now. I think they're just lost as a team, and he's trying to do it all. I think they're lost as a team, and they're not on the same page. So he feels the need to like do it all, right? Like I feel like he feels like that he needs to do more, right, in his mind, right? And I just think it's messing up I think just everything's kind of collapsing because of it. Like they're just not meshing as a team. So when you're not, I feel like there's been situations like as a sub player, like where you feel like your team's not good and you're trying to like do it all, and then you just make things worse.
I kind of agree with you, Tom, but the only problem I have with that is like normally when a player is like trying to do it all, their comms aren't the worst fucking ones on the team.
Yeah. No,
I think he needs to play for the win.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like their comms at all today, bro.
He needs to take his own advice,
bro. And it's not even it's all of them. I feel like they just all sound so like I don't know. They sound defeated almost. Like I don't know what it is. We'll listen to it. We'll listen to the listening. You guys can give your
burn
opinion.
some more sage or something, bro.
They
need a roster change, bro.
You know, we talk about
they do,
like,
Pat.
They got too many. They have too many ARs. Is that where you're gonna go with it? Because they do have too many ARs.
Bro, Skies just makes no sense on this team to begin with. Like
I said it since the jump.
Yeah, anyone who thought, bro, we called it. Like,
can I ask you a question though, Pat?
They should have instantly blew it up. Yeah, go ahead.
In what way do you think that he doesn't belong? Is it just performance based, or what? Like, what is?
I just don't
where
think
is
he
your
fits
opinion?
the team, bro. I don't think a person who's taking like a back seat, I'm gonna sit in the hill and just fucking like do all the bitch work.
You can't play like that anymore.
Let me answer this question, bro.
I think it also
I'll tell you
doesn't make
why.
sense with Shotzi on the team.
I'll tell you why. Listen, this organization escaped a long drought by forming a roster with talented individuals and putting a guy who always plays for the win and is always going to try to play strategically good Call of Duty at the helm in Kenny. And that's how this team found success. Like, they faced adversity. They got shit on stage last year. Like, they had a leader, somebody to reel them back in. Skies is not that. Like, he's not a player. He's not like Kenny. And I know Kenny was getting shit on. Everybody's going to say, like, he should have been dropped. Bro, if I'm this Optic organization, I would have held on to that guy for fucking ever, bro, because he's going to get the best performance out of Dashy and out of Shotzi. Unfortunately, they let that guy walk, and now
until they disagree on how to play.
Bro, they need a somebody who has ball knowledge. Like they need a Sam or they need like a Kenny. Like they need people like that to be at the helm.
Gas.
It is, but it's true.
fair
Like, and
gas.
how many of those players are ever available, guys? Like realistically, how many of those players can you just go out and grab?
They're rarely available, but I don't know if it's going to fix what is, I think, a bigger problem with the core duo they have of Dashy and Shotzi. Like when we go back and we'll probably watch the Thieves series, listen to the communication someone like Paco gives. Like you can make rogue plays as long as you can call them out and your team can pick up split spawns and off lanes and address weird timings and situationals. You can work through those things. But like, yeah, just having an IGL on the team, like I don't know if that kind of human AU UAV thing, even they did with Dan Ghosty a couple of years ago, is going to fix the core problem.
It's not IGL, Ben. That's not what I'm talking about, bro. I'm not even just talking about.
You're just talking about like just running the camp.
Yes, I'm talking about like in practice.
Just playing just doing the fundamentals.
What are their coaches doing then? Because the coaches are part of that equation as well.
There's only so much a coach can do, brother.
Exactly.
100%. But that's a tandem effort at that point in terms of the culture we want to set.
You think Brandon or Shotzi are like I don't know, man. I just can't see
either one of those players are commanding a practice room.
Yes, exactly, Sam. Like that's what I want to say there. But I don't know.
Listen, I'm not going to forgive Ken's performance. Obviously, I was an advocate for the roster change because he wasn't playing well. But if there's one thing, even though he's getting shit on, Ken is trying his best to make that team good in that practice room every day.
The Vibes team era of COD is dead, bro. Look at all the top tier squads. They're all professional squads, attention to detail, shit like that. This is 2017, 2016 thinking, and I think it's going to be really difficult now they've sent Ken Packing to find that kind of guy that's going to fit the net number of slaying that they need in that position. It's not easy.
I do want to talk about the team composition, Pat, and I want to go back to you on that because I was saying that before that I feel like they have too many ARs, and then somebody said, oh, you're a hypocrite because you guys are talking about how a role change wouldn't matter between Kenny and Brent, but that's not what I meant. I'm talking about strictly play style, right? Like with Skies and Bruce, like because Ant, you had mentioned that, you know, they don't really got the pace, right? Like along with some of these other teams, like it might be better to get more pace, like in the middle of the roster. That way the flow, like, you know what I mean? It kind of rolls better. But I mean, before any of that happens, you got to get on the same page and play the fundamentals, right? I mean,
Tom,
but
to what Pat said was facts, bro. Like, think about what we're talking about with having a leader. You're going to bring in Skies and Hook. Bro, Hook has got to be the hardest guy, like, alongside Shotzi to try to, like, actually get in practice and, like, apply that every single match. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, like, the roster composition is not there. Like, I think Dashy and Shotzi can play together, but, bro, you got to get some different players.
But we know they can play together. They won together. They won champs last year.
I'm out on the duos. I'm out.
I'm not out on Dashy and Shotzi. I think that's crazy.
I think Ant will have his issues.
I'm not out on Dashy and Shotzi. That's insane.
I think they're going to face the problem with their team right now is that I think this is going to be a very tricky roster mania situation this offseason, and they're going to have to make some very tough decisions of what to do with their team because I don't think that there are superstars out there on the market unless some weird shit happens in the next 3 months, and they got to figure out what to do with this team long term. I love Brandon, but watching him play in this game, like he's obviously can aim. He's talented, but like he's got to move and actually like fill the map and take gaps in space when he can. I think oftentimes he's too much of a turret in this game compared to other players who play.
I disagree.
I disagree. I don't think Brandon's the problem on this team, bro.
They have a lot of problems, and I think that's one of them.
I think they don't play as a team. They don't have any teamwork at all. Listen to their comms. There's not even a goal when they come off spawn. Listen to their comms. There's not even a goal. There's not even
100%. But
Brandon is in hell,
They don't even know what they're doing. They're just calling out and running. I mean, they obviously have a way of playing in their heads, but in game, they're clearly they're not meshing together in game. Right? So I feel like, they're all going to have moments where they just all look brain dead. I mean, it's definitely.
What if we just? I love Brandon, but I've brought this up on the show before over the course of a couple of years. He's never been the world's fastest player. He definitely is a turret and puts down damage. Like when he goes somewhere on the map, he commands respect and he gets kills. Like that is why
you cannot drop Dashy, bro. Or what are you saying?
Replacing him isn't doing anything.
Yeah,
it's not solving a problem.
You're throwing him to another team and he's gonna fry and he's gonna cook.
I think they're gonna run into. I just don't know with what they need on this team. And
it's simple,
they have
Ben.
Their current squad, I don't think like getting another Ken is going to fix the systemic part of this fucking team.
Yes, it will. You gotta get rid of the Hook Shotzi duo just because like
I don't think it's a one-person change
it's
thing.
Clearly,
I think
clearly,
it's
bro,
man.
we've seen this before with this team, Hook Shotzi and Dashy, bro. It puts Brandon in hell every single time.
And Kenny.
Yeah. But it's always put Brandon in hell, like even before Ken, right? So it's like, bro, you gotta get two players that are gonna cater their play style, like to let Shotzi and Dashy shine.
Brandon would be in less hole if he was like Sam and he was actually commanding the comms and really understanding what's going on.
Crank ass again.
Yeah,
so I don't know what to say to that. I think Brandon's talented, but he's got to.
you're
not
loving
getting
it.
shot
Sam's
part of his
loving it.
career if he's going to play this way.
You're not getting anybody in the league who is a type A personality and also as skilled as Dashy. That doesn't
That
exist.
is the problem. That is the problem I'm trying to demonstrate to you.
Sorry, guys, I
They are
retired.
in a shit. Their hand that they have been
Well,
dealt right
you'd
now.
fix them.
The hand they have been dealt
No
right now
bullshit.
is
Give me 2
really,
hours with that
really,
team,
really
man.
bad. Their long-term hand here is really bad. There is, unless Thieves or FaZe or Toronto or Vancouver blow up, which is unlikely, the talent that's available to them is very developmental.
You got to get Sib.
There just aren't that many
but-
type A dogs in the league left.
We'll
That's
talk
all it
about
is,
Sid.
man.
That
We'll
motherfucker's
talk
hard
about Dante
snaking.
because I don't even know if that's a fucking good
He's
move at
hard
this point.
snaking.
He's hard
Nah, you
snaking.
gotta get that guy, bro.
They're
But-
listen, obviously in a really, really tough spot long term. They got to figure out what their identity.
But the problem
This
is, and this is why I hate the fucking league, is right now they're in a problem because they're playing Black Ops 6.
No,
We have
Pat.
no
Next year's the
fucking
same game.
idea.
Next year's the same game.
Is it? Do we know
Trey,
that?
next
for
year's
sure?
the
I don't
next
give
year's-
a- I
listen,
don't give
listen,
a
next
fuck
year-
about the title. Listen to how they call out.
No,
Brother, they
Ben.
don't even small
But
talk.
that's
It doesn't
the
matter.
point,
Black
Ben.
Ops
That's
6,
facts,
Black
Ben. Their
Ops
comms
4,
are bad.
IW. These guys are getting shit on because they don't call out.
They're the same team they were last year, bro.
They called out last year. What Golden was fucking
bro,
listening?
Someone doesn't just fucking
talk was
stop
way better
calling
last
out,
year.
bro. They're the same mentality players, bro.
the small talk was way better last year.
matters. The game matters.
Well,
better.
yeah. I mean, last year you could play like an absolute corn and also pull out like 3 ARs and like lay down behind shit.
The
and
game
finesse,
matters, bro. If
which
you don't
is
think
like-
the game matters, you're delusional.
The game matters, but they're
Game
not
matters,
doing
yeah.
the stuff that carries game to game right now that helps increase your floor. They are not doing that shit. I don't care.
I've never thought they've been good based on the things that carry game to game, bro. I feel like they're
their
good
teamwork
based on
and
the
their comms
game.
are ass, so I don't care what title you're on. If you're not doing that correctly, it's gonna be tough to win.
All right, well, let's.
Are you not listening? Are you literally not listening? Sometimes that shit doesn't matter as much. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's why you end up not fixing fucking situations because you're holding out hope that somehow the next title is gonna.
Bro,
fucking
they're
fix it.
never fixing it with Bruce and Shotzi. Like that's just the team that they have, bro.
So you agree with me? They should blow it up.
What do you, bro? No, I think they should just fucking make the roster change. They should have made it from the beginning.
I mean, that's
Not
basically
bringing
blowing
back
it up. You guys
Tyler
are just
and
blowing it up
Sides.
differently. You guys are blowing it up differently. That's the
Which
problem.
is
Yeah,
what
Tom.
time?
Take
Blow it
some,
up differently.
take some fucking risks, bro.
All
Try
right,
and
Ben,
get
hold
other
on.
people.
Wait, to Ben's point-
pause. Who are you putting on this roster, Pat?
Ben,
Who else you can challenge right now?
I've had this conversation, bro. If they want that advice, they have my number. They know the amount. It's that simple, bro. I'm not doing free work for Optic. Like it's just not happening.
Pat, do we tip that, or we think it's a lazy take? Do we
All right,
tip
well,
that,
hold
or
on.
do you think it's a lazy take?
Before we move to chat, let me take the floor here.
Oh my god.
I do want to get Sam's opinion on this. Sam,
This is great.
Sam, what do you think? What do you think's going on here, Sam? What do you think's going on here?
I kind of want to piggyback off of Ben's point about them having a long-term problem because next year is another Treyarch Omni Movement game. And this, while I could call it a one-off year because I think last year catered to their team a lot better, this problem going forward, the issue that they can't play the style required to be good at this type of Call of Duty is going to be a multi-year issue. So they need to have some serious like soul searching in the offseason to try to find players if they want to keep Brandon in it, to try to find teamwork, because hero ball, which is Shotzi's fucking forte 101, is not how you win in this game. It's not how you play this game. It will never have, you'll just won't have success. This game's all about just trading and baiting your teammates and being together. And Ant wants to make hero plays and wants to bail you out of situations that don't require bailouts. And I think that just isn't how you win in a title like this. Now, last year, sure, he was fucking unbelievable last year. He was a superstar last year. This title, I think it's losing him games. So if this is going to be a multi-year problem, they have to find a solution if they want to keep Ant on the team to find better teamwork.
All right, I'm gonna just say this: you keep Dashy and Shotzi. Like, I really
That's
don't even
fine,
see
but
the,
they have
the
to
merit
address
in
the
having a
problem that
discussion
comes
about-
with those players.
Correct.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to balance the downside. You can't just
but
you
Sam
can't just
and
keep
Ben,
those players and try to
alternative,
fix it and
You
play
blow
around
that
it.
up. What do you do? Like you can't get rid of it. Like
Yeah,
what
I
are
just-
you?
if you
What are you
get
gonna fucking do?
I feel like you're losing a lot of talent if you do that.
You can't. You keep them.
Bro,
You have
if
to
they
make
drop
it work with
Shotzi,
them.
Dashy, Pred, and Kenny, their entire champs team in the same fucking season,
It's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Bro,
crazy.
and
listen.
Tyler.
You might have to get Slasher.
At the end of the day, if you're gonna win an event, you need
gonna
talent,
lie.
bro. You can't win an event without talent.
I'm making it. If I were them, I'm trying to convince Formal to fucking come back.
Nah.
You might have to get
Okay,
Slasher.
so you're gonna,
Liddy
argue,
Coat would
you're
have.
gonna get on
Get
your
Formal
fucking,
back.
on your
all
Ben's
good.
on his high horse.
This guy's
We're talking about
next
bringing back
level.
Formal.
This guy's next level.
I'm having Formal
All
come
right,
back.
let's-
All right, man.
Let's move the unless Andy, you want to
Slasher's
say one more
slow,
thing?
bro.
Yeah?
I was just gonna say, hold up, bro. Yo, listen. When these teams start to struggle, you know what they do? FaZe did it. Sometimes you just gotta get Liddy Coat in the camp and get things right. I'm not gonna lie.
You get him in a camp.
FaZe was struggling. They had to go get Liddy Coat. Now it's like, all right, Optic. I mean, they need somebody to fix this camp. To be honest, bro, you drop Kenny, you put yourselves in a hell spot now, and you have to keep that duo because if you drop one of them, they're gonna go somewhere and be fucking godlike. Could you imagine if they got rid of Dashy and he went somewhere else?
Or
And just-
Shotzi. Imagine if they got rid of Shotzi.
Or-
Bro, Ken went to
Same
Minnesota
thing.
and he's dropping 1-2s.
Well, listen, Shotzi's basically the new scump. That guy's never going anywhere. So there's no point to even have that discussion.
He has to, bro, for this specific style of Call of Duty, he has to change the way he's playing.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, we should watch
100%.
clips.
He has to change the way he's playing the game.
Just when the elves start fucking talking, just fucking lay there in a fucking corner
He's
and
gotta
don't
have.
move, bro.
Well, you still want him to have a balance, though, right, Sam? You don't want him.
No,
to,
of course. You want him,
know what I mean?
you want him to have, that flow state takeover
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when he's doing that, they're damn near unbeatable. But like on the games, he needs to have a better middle ground because the shit that I saw today, I agree with Ant. I would put the bulk of the series on him. He's throwing away extremely straightforward situations by trying to just overcompensate for nothing. They have the advantage, and he's just throwing his life away.
Let me ask one question before we keep it pushing to Sam and Ben, because you guys were kind of not like you were saying like that duo maybe is diabolic. All right, what are their options then? Like, let's just assume that they start losers, get cooked, like they have a terrible stage and don't make champs, right? Like, what are you doing with that duo?
Do they have unlimited cash or are they restricted budget?
I mean, let's just say they have cash.
Unlimited cash.
Let's say they have cash.
So I think you've got to hope and pray this Miami thing doesn't work out because you can try and poach Renko Ray out if they want to speak English. I think the Minnesota players like.
Wait, but for who?
I'm just giving you a list of players, and you can put together the combo of 4 of whatever you fucking want to do with your existing roster.
No, but I'm
Minnesota
talking about the
players,
duo that you said
Miami-
has problems though, like Dashy and Shotzi. Like you're saying that there's a systemic problem and they have issues.
I'm keeping it, and I'm replacing Dash with Formal getting out of fucking retirement.
Okay,
That's
all
what
right,
I'm doing.
well,
We're
all right,
just
that's a
cop-out
cop-out
answer.
answer.
So it's
Yeah,
just
That's
like-
not a cop out. That's not a cop.
Okay, anybody but Formal.
Halo's fucking dying.
Cop out answer.
Now we'll switch over to GG's.
I wouldn't drop them in. I more so like to address the issue. They have to have they just need to understand how to play this game because again, I do think that this is a multi-year thing. I think it's just Black Ops 7 because that's what
agree.
Treyarch is making the next game. There's on movement in the game. It's going to be the same shit unless the map pool is drastically different than this one. If the map pool is like Hacienda style, red card style, that's something where I think those kinds of players like Ant and Bruce will have more breathing room to play the way that they have been. But if there's skylines, if there's protocols, like those are the kinds of maps that the way that they're playing COD does not work.
Yeah.
So
I agree, 100%.
there's a lot of gray area here for sure. But again, going forward in this offseason, they need to figure out an identity for their team because right now their identity is fucking last. So they need to figure it out.
All right, well, let's move the conversation. Let's talk about the Vegas Falcons because these guys come out and I mean they look great in the Skyline Hardpoint. They win by over 100 points. I think the biggest thing was they closed out the first Hardpoint. Once they close that out, I felt like that once they get that momentum going, kind of that confidence, kind of helps them float through the rest of the series. Kind of gives them that momentum, right? That momentum that they needed. What did you guys think about the Vegas Falcons' performance today? I mean, Pred playing his former team had a 1.11. He played great. And
Ben, what's Falcons' hardpoint record?
4-1 with this team. They've got 2 against Miami and 2 against
That's a great
Optic.
hardpoint record.
Yes, it is. They're good at hardpoint.
They
man.
are. And I do want to give gas to our cities, bro. MP Dog, both of them. They've both been playing great, but RC's especially because he obviously went back to the Challengers pit, grinded through that, right? Won in Challengers twice. He won Challengers champs last year. He won Major 2 Challengers this year. And now he's back in the league. He earned it. And he's back in there and he's cooking. Like, he's frying. Every match he looks comfortable out there. He looks comfortable, looks like he's feeling himself, and it looks like he's just having a good time out there. So Alec looks great. Huge shout out to RCDs, bro. I always love when people have a comeback story and they work hard instead of just wanting it like put on their plate. He fucking worked through that shit and he went back into the pit and got out of there. So huge respect to Alec, man. RC's has been playing really good, and he had the most. Besides for Dashy on the other side, I mean, he had the most damage on his roster by far. I mean, look at the damage that RC's is throwing down on the map for his squad. So great plays. And again, same with Priesta. He's been stepping up. I feel like P-Dog, he was really struggling on his prior teams, especially with LAG. And just a new system around him, just new players around him. I don't know if it's like a new life for these guys, but even Preston's playing a lot better now. He's looking like his old self out there. And I love it. You could definitely tell that he's twisted when they go to his POV. Like, Preston's not a bad player mechanically. He's a really good mechanically.
It's got to be mental,
player.
Right, Tom? Because
It's
every
always
time
been mental with Preston.
when you're
Always.
on Preston's screen, he is just.
He's
been mental with Preston
He's
for a
nasty.
long time.
Yeah, he's nasty. When he's actually playing like how Preston plays, like, he's good. He just needs to find that consistency now, and he just needs to keep doing it. And he can keep doing it. I know he can. And then of course the subs, bro. Pred and Xnid are fun to watch in Hardpoint. They are fun to watch, bro. They will push you all the way back into your spawn, and they will keep you there. Like, their pressure on the map, bro. Has AG picked up the pace?
Hell yeah, he has, bro. He loves playing with these guys.
Bro, he picked up the pace for sure. He looks
This
like
is a nightmare for Optic.
Their offensive control round when Xnid and AG were like trading off spawn kills was fucking crazy. Like, that was
Bro,
a
AG was
perfect example.
chowing. This is what they wanted him to do, like AG chow, and now he's doing it.
Now he's leaving Optic and he's just chowing the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I do want to hop into some clips because
I didn't see him go prone one time in this series.
not one. He's running that art, just spawn killing.
He didn't go prone once.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I will say the one thing for Falcons is just cleaning up the situationals in search, because I felt like today there's a role this could have been a 4-0, because I feel like that red card S&D. First off, Optic refused to watch the fucking pinch on offense on red card, and Xnid got through, and a couple of times got the first blood, and somehow they were unable to retake the 4v3s and kill the guy. Like,
yeah, we'll get to the S&Ds,
kill the
Ben,
last guy in Windows. So.
I agree with you, Ben. We got to talk about some of the stuff in that search. So we'll get to the search. Let's start into the first map hardpoint of Vault hardpoint here. Let's go into a listening with the Vegas Falcons. See how they sound.
What's up, mid? Absolute Dashy. I'm going to that mid. He's on close pillar.
What's close? Control point.
Alright.
Control.
Nice. I know control. I have control.
Go vault to front. Go vault to right. Go vault to right. Go vault to
I
right.
don't see him, right?
You're missing shots.
They backed up.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you right.
Top art.
We got under him. One's on time.
Take your time.
I got killed from top art.
One on time.
Or top
Yo, shoot me first. I'm going right.
Stay alive.
Push out first. Big kills. Top art. Nice. Go.
One top, go. One, two, top.
I'll see top before Caesar.
Come down.
Caesar, no bullets. Caesar dead. Top
Outer door. One shot. And come back.
Public side.
One top.
I'm maybe.
Big fucking noob. What's the game idea?
He's free. Don't force it.
One my side door. No.
I spawn front.
I named my side door. Yo, on me. He time.
One time. And one's front.
He's in the back door.
Actually, one shot.
He's in the back door on your time.
One's push out side door right now. It's on
Alright,
the
which
truck.
one deep?
I don't want the truck, okay? On top of the truck with me.
Yeah, he jumped down. He's one shot in the back. Alright, he's back here too. He's back.
It's one shot. Kill that guy. Good shit.
I'm back now.
20 gold. That's one guys. I got him out. Make sure you back up. I'm
blocking all the way. I'm blocking.
I give him cat guys. I'm out.
Where'd Cat go?
I don't know. I missed it. I left him.
Half time.
I'm
Nice. I'm blocking.
Two left.
They can be only cat.
Yeah, go.
I'm trying to get cat. Actually, cat. I don't have cat. Pick up cat who behind me.
One's lobby. Money.
Lobby done.
One more, maybe shotty.
I have cat. No one cat. I don't see him. I got sun close.
One guy pitch.
I named lobby. I have it.
Time, boys.
Did he block?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Top cat, guys. Two top cat, both stunned. They can be lobby.
Make your fucking job. Let's go down.
All right, that's gonna do it for the listening here with Vegas Falcons. How'd you think they sound?
That was one of the best listenings I've heard this season.
Yeah, that was great. I feel like Pred's like kind of stepping into like that leadership role too.
Yes, he is, Tom.
Go ahead, Ant. What'd you think, Ant? What'd you think?
I think AG does a very good job of communicating like the most important kill on the map. And I thought that was a consistent trend throughout the entire thing. And you saw like just comms out of Priesta and Alec, which was really good for them. Their comms sounded great, bro.
Bro, everyone was small talking. Everybody was. It was so good.
Yep. And then this was actually the P2 break that Vegas got in this map. Where again, let's take a look at the rotation here from out there because they had a full rotation here. Right, so we'll let it play out.
This is a scam.
Right, so you have Shotzzy pushed out in the cut here. You got one guy in
This is a scam out of Shotzzy, Tom. This is egregious, bro. Like, what are we doing here? They did this twice in the last 2 matches. He's just flying down hallway. Like, who kills the 2 guys in the back? And now we just getting rammed.
See, the problem is they don't really have a wave. He's got space, but he should just hold the space rather than just run
right
at
there,
it.
Chill. Hit one and then go, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They need another wave here. They need another wave here before he goes because they don't have that wave yet, right? And then P-Dog comes in, he gets the kill, and now Vegas, as soon as Vegas gets that kill, they smell blood through the front of the hard point now.
I'll tell you the problem,
Wait,
Tom.
go back up one more time, Tom.
Xnick goes bottom vault, and you're just flying down. So it's like, all right, what are we doing here? The guy in Hill has to kill 2 people then? Like, that is terrible.
And they have the info on the left, right? So they know, Vegas knows that there's a guy left, there's a guy in Hill, Ant just died front, right? So they know where the weak part, they know where they're weak, and they instantly pick up on it, and they smash to the front. Sam, what do you see here? You see anything here?
I was looking why Caesar didn't bump time, but I think he was depending on if Kyler lost his gunfight or not, if he had to try to block the back. I was seeing why they were late to the front.
I don't care about anybody else did. Shotzzy tossed the situation.
Yeah, I agree. He died way too quick. I was just seeing why Caesar wasn't moving too much. I think he was waiting to see if Kyler was going to lose his fight or not.
I just think also like people got to respect the pool lane on this.
Wait, Skies is playing like a pussy though.
This guy also just ran straight
Rewind?
up the pool.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think he can't really bump time here because if Kyler dies, they just split everywhere.
Just go outer and chow it at the very least, bro. He's playing like a coward.
He goes outer, but this guy might just slide past him into the hill anyway. They have no idea this guy was in pool at all. He just ran through off of the.
But that's because they died front.
Kismet 101 right here.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. Ant dying instantly is kind of.
You know what this is, guys? This is a PTSD. Ant just went out and sold his life, and now Optic's all sitting there like, "Fuck! If I die, I'm gonna flip out, and I don't want to die here."
Flabbergasted. He killed 2 on
in the
bench,
back.
and they got bro.
Here's the problem out too. Just watch this play out now. Like, look at the blender they get put into, right? Because now all this collapses. Right, the X is pushing out. They get pieced here by Jesus Guys Bueno, but look at all the time that Vegas is pushing out now. And look, Alec is making the same play Shotzzy did, but after they get the wave, right?
Yes.
So he's killing these guys off spawn. Like Alex spawned, like they got all the kills. The only guy left in the back is Caesar, and Caesar shouldn't even been there. He got a big 2-piece to stay alive. He shit on.
He's making the play there, Tom, when he knows that they spawn there. It's on rotation. People are gonna be going around. Like we're just skipping steps. I don't know. That's like a thing that like we should know by now, brother.
And then right here,
What do you think he should have done in that situation, though? Yeah?
What on rotation? What Shotzzy should have did? Yeah. Shotzzy should have just chilled and waited for a second.
Like play the stairs?
Yes, because in that situation. Or like, all right, there's 2 different ways you play that, right? So if Skies is pushed up to the outer hedge, then I think it's like an okay play for him to push down because you have another guy there. But since Skies wasn't in that position yet, you just sending it out there and throwing your life is tossing that whole situation. Like, you know, there's probably going to be people going around the right side. And also somebody can go through vault. Like, how many times do we see a player when they're done getting scrap time, we pinch around ammo, we send a guy through bottom vault to pull. He just ignores that, runs down and dies. Like, I think you just hold and you just wait. You're not the player there that needs to be making a play.
This is a recurring theme we're going to talk about in a lot of situations on this title. The last guy. And to your point, that's why having one guy push old in that situation or respecting the info on the guy old, he becomes an unknown player on the map and he can just do damage. And like we see consistently on this map, they just run pull and get a kill.
Look at this rotation. So now we're going from a P3 to a P4. If you're looking at this from Optic and at this moment in time, you're like, okay, this is a good situation for Optic. Right? They have R control, they have P4 spawns, and they're on old. Right? So this is everything's looking good right now, and they're still spawning art. Like they're still spawning there. Like they're still good. Okay, watch how this all collapses. One guy chows old, Dashy dies. Another guy's chowing old. It's Hook. He dies, and now Shotzi's pushed down the middle of the map. Look at Xnid.
How did 6 walk all the way up the street?
So
they died. They double chowed art. Sam, look, they all chowed and died. Look, they all.
So I talked to.
No, I know. Bruce dies here.
Oh, you're saying like how the fuck? Look
Yeah,
at
like
that.
Exton just walks all the way up the street and gets into art.
He was distracted by
so
RCs.
I
He was in a
talked to
gunfight.
Ace
I think.
Kyler's on the van fighting.
Yeah,
Ace.
he's fighting
I
eight.
took-
Yeah.
I talked to Asim about this, and him and I agreed. I think Kyler should just picked up right off his spawn, and that way Caesar can look left, and that guy
Oh
probably
my
doesn't go
god,
right
that
left.
timing!
Well, I
Holy
feel like
fuck!
they
Bro,
should
this
just
is
hold.
egregious.
Bro, they should just hold here. If anything, you
Yeah,
let
they
you
hold
let
and Kyler
you
goes
let.
right, and it's
See,
easy- it's a lot
this is
easier
where you
situation.
hold. This is where you just back up, hold a setup, and you let Ant just like you let somebody at old just go rogue. Like they're gonna spawn new anyway. As long as you hold spawns, like they'll spawn there. But instead, they don't really like. Look, with 5 seconds left, they're finally starting to rotate right, but they're kind of scattered. Like they're all over the
Bro,
place.
what
here.
is Kyler doing right
That's what
here?
I'm saying. Kyler should go right off his spawn and let Caesar
simple.
continue to hold the window, and this is a way easier.
He has
situation.
options, bro. He could have banged mid with Ant, and then they could have made it like a reactive play
Exactly.
off of that, or he could have went and just held hard right. But just standing there like an absolute bot in the middle of the street is like the worst play you could have made. What is he doing?
Yeah, especially because he already had 2 players fighting Hill. Like, yeah, like Ant being mid cut here is basically fighting. He's basically fighting Hill right here. He's just pushing out the mid cut, hitting those timings. Like he's looking for a kill, and he's just gonna collapse back.
I don't know why he backed up.
Bro, Ant?
I don't know why he backs up here.
Are you talking about Ant? He
Yeah.
could have flanked,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
afterwards.
like this is a moment where he goes and dies.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
go die.
Yeah, you can go and die here for sure because
but
you're gonna draw their attention and then they're gonna farm. your
Yeah, I
teammates.
don't think like that's where I think. I
Like
mean,
this-
it's, obviously, I think Kyler. I think his spawn is a misplay, but like this is a situation where I think Ant just go die,
Yeah.
go
He
pinch,
can.
die.
This
take
is
a
where-
gunfight.
this is where
And
he
then
can go
he
rogue.
dies, spawns, picks up right,
Like they're getting
Yeah, I
the
mean-
kills, they're spawning them all out. I mean, this is definitely a
or
time where
they're
you get
dead
to
anyway,
greenlight.
so there's no one on the right.
Guys, I think you're really overthinking it. I think Ant's play, maybe, yeah, he pinches, but I think the bigger problem is that when the guy window can look left, he can hold down this lane. When Caesar has to look to his right for the cat spawn and Kyler gets in a fucking burger spot, this becomes a very
I
difficult
don't
situation.
think that's on
Listen,
Kyler.
at the end of
Exactly.
the day,
You don't-
these
you
are.
don't- you said you don't
I
think
don't
it's on
think
Kyler?
that's on Kyler. He spawned basically front art to help his team at
I'll
all. Like
rewind it.
he's gonna take the fight in front of him. If Ant gets this kill on 6, pause it. If Ant just pinches
bad, I
here
backed
or
up,
takes
but
another
it's too
fight,
late.
he has a free life here. Once he gets this kill, everything that he does from this
Yeah.
point forward is extra.
And we
If
see
he
that happen all
dies,
the time.
if he dies, he spawns in new and can pick up the right timing based on when he gets that kill, or he pinches and they can't be right.
Yeah, but if he pinches, he dies, and they push Kyler out, then he spawns out.
How would they get to Kyler by the time that Shotzzy spawns? If he's
Saying-
if
saying
Ant
number
pinches,
eight-
if
number eight
Ant
comes up
pinches
small-
once he kills
number
6,
eight,
once
number
he kills
six,
Exnid,
what can they turn?
once he kills Exnid in mid, how are they going to get to Kyler by the time that Shotzzy spawns to pick up mid or right?
So
I'll
guys,
pause it
listen.
at the situation so you can see it, right? So
Yeah.
Ant gets the kill, boom, right, 2 dead because Dashy just got a kill
Pause.
as well.
Bang.
Right, pause it there, boom, 3 dead. Who gets another
There
kill?
is no.
Yeah, he can make a play.
He has
He
a
can
free
make a play.
death.
He can make a play here.
But can I say this real quick? In like in Hook's defense, and I mean,
I don't
guess
think Kyler's play is
it's
bad
all-
here at all. Caesar's and Art, Kyler
but-
spawn B search
and
for the
Ant-
trades.
This is all hypothetical. We don't know, like when they're in practice, what they're rehearsing, right? If in practice in this situation,
they missing anybody?
if Shotzi's banging this out all the time, maybe Hook's expecting
No, they all
that,
come up
and it
sponsor.
doesn't happen.
I
You
don't
know
think
what I
what
mean?
you're saying
So
is wrong though, Ben.
Yeah, it's- what Ben's saying is not
I'm
wrong.
talking about the rotating part. I mean, the Ant part is, you know what I mean? He could have definitely played spawns, but I mean, somebody should definitely be feeling right or something.
we just don't know what they're
I
preaching
don't
in
think,
practice.
bro. There's
and
no.
it-
They can't be right.
I just think
It's
the
impossible.
the
no,
Valk
I'm
guy
talking
holding
about.
the-
Listen, I'm
holding his
talking
Valk
about
straight is the
later. I'm
best
talking about
angle for him.
later.
Oh, like, I mean,
Like he has the cross and then he goes to pick it up, but by that time, look at it now because they're getting pushed through street now, and there's nobody pushed. Like they didn't really have any info. They didn't really know. What
No,
the hell was
it's a
going
good
on.
play for him to bang that out again after the kill. 100%.
Kyler can go lion. Like there's a lot of ways he can watch right with a sub. Like I think that just makes this a little more of a
I
controllable
mean, in this situation, Sam, when they're getting all the kills here, yeah, there's nobody can be right, right? Like they're all.
that's what
spawning-
I'm saying.
they're
Like they have
spawning
all the info they need. Like there's no
Yeah.
timings anymore.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
Ant gets that mid kill, there's no timings left. There's no. That's why I'm saying that he should just keep pressure on. Once he backs up right there, that's when shit gets weird.
Wow.
Maybe
He
Hook
gave
was
it up,
expecting
too.
him to do that, and that's why he went there. Like I said, at the end of the day, we don't fucking know because we're not on the team. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, if it's a repeatable situation that in practice Hook's expecting Ant to like pinch and pull their attention away, then it could be either one of their faults. Honestly, it comes
the
down to
person
their
in
comms.
chat saying this is hindsight, they literally lost the map because of this. So what are you talking
There's
about?
nothing
This is
hindsight
not
about that.
hindsight. This has nothing to do
what
with
are you
hindsight.
talking
This
about?
was they
That's
played
the
this.
play that should have been made based on the info in the moment that they had.
Yeah, they played this rotation wrong. Like they got to go
Yo,
back and
and-
watch this.
Man, let me
Yo.
ask you a question, bro. If you were on this Optic team in place of, let's just say, Skies, are you having a good time or are you pulling your fucking hair out nonstop?
I mean, I'm gonna be in hell, bro. If I'm Skies or if I'm Dashy, I'm losing my mind. Like, one, if you're Skies, you're getting like swanton dove into the ground half the time anyway. So if I'm Skies, I would be absolutely down horrific.
Holy fuck.
And then we get into the S&D. And,
Ben, that second AR Red Bull seat analogy is just like
Bro,
getting
it's
better and
facts.
better
It
every week.
literally
It's so
is.
funny.
Literally, it's fast.
Yeah,
So funny.
Yeah, I love
What a
the
great play from Alec, man.
Yeah,
What a
I was
great
gonna say
play. Real
I love
shit
this play from Alec, I don't know who called Alex in the chat. I don't know who called this, but he gets the kill, right? Pinching 2v2 situation, bro. They just they just say fuck this shit and they just run at them. They just run at them.
When we were live, I thought Priesta gunned him.
That
here.
backdash right there is kind of clean by Preston. I can't lie. No, that is clean.
Yeah, no, that was.
Wait, was that the round Shotzzy flies out, Tom?
No, it might have been. I think I have that written down. Let me see which round that was. Wait, was it? Wait, that might have been the round. Is that the round where Shotzzy ran at him? Here, let me check. Let me double check.
As if so, brother.
I mean, that round was that was the 4-4 round, chat. Was that the 4-4 round? That was round 9. That was round 9. We'll get there.
Right.
We'll get to round
ahead.
9. Yeah, I'm there. I got it all here. It should be there. And then we get into the 2-3 round. And this was a retake from the Falcons. And Ben, this is what you were talking about, Ben J, right? Just Xnit being able to do this all game long. Like, you just, bro, he just kept doing it. And nobody was watching it ever. He's just hitting these timings. I mean, Dasha gets here, but it's just too late at this point. Xnit's already through. He's hitting those timings. And for all we know, that could just be VOD review from Vegas. Like, maybe they knew Optic gave it up for the first 15. You know, and saying he'll allow a pinch.
Yeah, go ahead.
You think you like Xnit just being able to just waltz around in their base?
Yeah, I'll allow it if that's how they want to play it. They're giving me a free bomb plant. Like, I can acknowledge it late. I actually think like if Vegas were taking space off of like his flanks, which they ultimately don't at the very end, like then you have to adjust to it. But if they're not taking space on his pinches, then I'll keep allowing it.
The only thing I'll say is Vegas was terrible at killing the guy on stage. If they actually were able to kill the guy on stage, these retakes were like pretty straightforward.
Yeah, well, they retook this one. The last guy's stage was the hardest kill for sure on these retakes, and that's what they were able to do on this round, and they were able to go up 4-2 here. So just a big retake there, because that could have been a game where we're seeing each other. They're tied up at 3, and instead like a big 2-round lead there is big midway through this game. And then we get here to the round. This is the round Bruce actually clutches up for Optic in this round, so this could have been even worse. Dashy comes in clutch. Hook, he's on the bomb. Actually, Hook did a good job here just staying alive, buying some time. But I just think great plays from Bruce. He uses the frag. He just throws a dead frag on bomb, wins the gunfight against AG. I actually thought if AG challenged that differently, maybe they could have won that round. But a great clutch nonetheless from Brucey as the Optic boys are trying to win the search here. And then we go into the 4-4 round. And this is the round, This is the round where we're going to watch the playthrough and kind of see everything that happened here in this round. Actually, AG pops an ace this round. He finds the kill onto Hook. That's a trade there, right? Hook comes in, gets the kill on Xnit. Pred comes in with the trade, right? 3v3 situation. The Optic boys have control of the B site. Falcons aren't in the site yet. Shotzzy runs out of double doors, chases. He ends up getting picked, and now
tweaking, bro.
Now Vegas have their numbers, and they smell blood now. As soon as Shotzzy dies, they start smelling blood. Pred knows he's got the numbers. He starts challenging. He starts feeling himself a little bit. He finds one, puts some shots into Caesar, finds another one, and it's an ace.
Do we have to break this down? I mean, he's literally tweaking. Like he's Pat. What are your thoughts on that?
Classic Elvis play, bro.
Yo, Pat. Pat, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
Listen, bro, I've seen those plays, bro. In Black Ops 4, it's the same shit, bro. It's fire retired, no bullshit.
Pilot retired you?
I mean,
the way the game, the way the new age players play the game, yeah, absolutely, bro.
I will say this is one of the rare rounds where Vegas actually all played together as a team. A lot of the times they do have like one guy rogue, like playing by themselves, which is why like if I'm playing Vegas, I'm kind of just banging stuff or places out together as a team because you're gonna catch them like in a numbers advantage most of the time. But I would like to see more of this. If you're a Vegas fan, I think you want to see them kind of playing like that, like Pred at the helm, making plays, filling the gaps around them.
Yeah, then we get into go ahead, Ben.
Tom.
You're good, Ben. You're good, Ben. Just go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that they just what hurt them in this map was just the retakes. Like they could actually have converted a couple more retakes. Like I think they would have won this one a cleaner.
I
They
thought-
didn't end up winning it at all.
I actually thought that he was about to clutch that for a second, but I mean, we end up going to a round 11 here, and we could kind of watch this one back just to see kind of what happened here in the round 11 search. But you can see again, Xnid, right, going all the way around, hitting that pinch. He actually finds a great timing on it. Bruce would have saw him if he got there a little bit earlier, but Bruce, he just gets there a little too late. Xnid goes all the way around. Now, you guys can let me know if you think this is a nitpick or not. I think Xnid makes a great play here going around, and he actually gets the first blood here too onto Bruce, right? He gets the kill here, boom. I think he just shimmies here and just distracts. Just distract, like shimmy, throw some shots in disguise and back down. Throw some, like kind of just like stay alive and just stay up there and just like throw shots, but not full chow, right? Like don't play for a kill, just throw some bullets at him and distract him. Because what happens here is Optic just turn and they win. He kind of gives it up, and then Skies, he doesn't worry about it anymore, and he just stops looking at it. And you can see kind of how Optic were able to do his shots. He finds a nice little cred spot.
It's his teammate's fault, bro. Look, rewind. Like as he's gearing up to like make that pinch,
You think they should already be going?
They need to be making plays, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm saying, like about this team, and I feel like they've lost a couple like late search and destroy rounds now off of this type of situations. Like they're playing way too like timid. I think they'll get over that hump like eventually, but.
Yeah, that's true too. They could have also chowed with him pinching. So
he can't have to do everything.
Yeah, I just think it would have been a good play. That's why I said it might have been a nitpick, but it would have been a good play if he stayed up there and like just threw some shimmies. But he did the hard part, and that's got the first blood, and he was working the pinch. So it was a good route. It was a good job from Exit. And I like that Exit's got confidence to do that in around 11. Just hit the flank like that. So that's cool to see. But obviously, great plays coming in from Optic. That is the only map they were able to win. Any thoughts on the search? Anybody want to throw some thoughts out there? Sam, Pat, Ben, Nameless? Okay, and then we get into the control, ladies and gentlemen. We get into the control. Take a look over here at how Pred and Xnid push
These
out
boys
the
are
spawns
in
here.
butt cheeks,
They're
man.
in butt cheeks. They're in butt cheeks here.
Holy shit.
Okay, it starts with AG. First of all, phenomenal shots from AG there. Wins a big gunfight onto Shotzi, and then he gets pushed up into R. He's just an absolute menace right now. Starts getting aggressive, and look at the other side of the map. Look at Xnid. While AG's pushing this out, now you got Xnid on your left. Now you got Xnid and you got AG both running.
Why wasn't AG doing this before, bro?
I don't know, but now he's feeling comfortable and he's ready to go. You got him, and he's got his brother over here, Xnid.
Bro, he's moving. Look at his arrow on the map. Like these guys are nice, bro. Like together they're good. They're really good. And then even with Xnid dying, now you still have AG here. Look, he's still gonna roll. You can even say this might be a little too. He's going super rogue.
Nah, he checks.
He overheated.
He's feeling himself.
But look at what that opens up for Pred, though. Like he's just in gills.
And Alec, look, it just opens up everything. Like even Alec was able to get into art now. They're just keeping the pressure on. And I like that Alec with an AR is keeping the pressure on him, right? Just because you're an AR, he bumps.
He's not just sitting on the point waiting for them to run on him.
Yeah, 100%. Some people think because you have an AR, no, bro, go. You gotta push that out, right? Like that's
They're
why
in hell, bro.
Everybody's got to be able to do everything, and that's what Vegas is doing right now. Look who's next in line, Preston. Even if he doesn't get the kill here, he's still delaying it, right? He's still slowing him down, still putting shots into him. Just being a I think P-Dog should have slid in here too, by the way, with the pistol.
Can we help him?
Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
This guy. Who's the
Bro, what is that up top there?
No, this is crazy.
Is that Shotzi?
Bro.
Yeah, he had an AR out just trying to kill somebody on the street.
Oh my god, Brandon's probably in hell here.
Yeah, well, and I mean, Preston ends up winning the fight too. Ends up winning the fight with the pistol.
Wait, hold on, rewind. Can we watch Skies' route off spawn?
Yeah, sure. And right here.
Yeah, because his teammates are currently getting fucking blendered.
Okay, I see what you're saying. When he's low vault.
All right,
right
so
now.
he's hallway or he's low vault or is he hallway?
No, he's low vault. He's low vault, I think.
Goes to low vault. We're going for spawn kills. They're on your base, absolutely railing your team. Railing your team.
He just got in a gunfight, I think, right?
Okay, railing your team.
Yeah.
In base. All right, now you're starting to get a couple kills. I get it, like playing like a rat, but at some point we got to alleviate some pressure. This guy's being calmed. You tell me you can't peek out of vault and like make a play and try to kill this guy?
This
like there's multiple people.
This guy's the most important kill on a team for sure.
What is Sky's doing legitimately? Legitimately, what is Sky's doing? Somebody just ran through your base. Like he's done nothing for like 30 seconds. Like,
I don't think that.
I think he was already
Caesar
pushed
has
up
to.
there.
I
think he was already pushed up there. I think he's been.
Oh, I get it, guys. But like, come on, man. You got to rat back and help. It's just most people have fault. I'm just pointing that out because
he stays alive here.
It's nitpicky, but the bonus play that he makes to try and open something up for them could like potentially win this map.
The problem is I don't know why he's pushing out when they don't have all the kills yet. That's the problem, right? They're still missing a lot of players.
Well, like make a
Exit-
play though,
Exit
Tom.
just killed-
Flank their side.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like make a play. Like either pinch their side or just stay vault. Like you gotta get these kids. Like you got AG pushing your brace. You got RCs and Art, right? And they know they're there, right? They're making it comms. He's just like, yeah, his teammates are kind of getting blended here. I mean, I
two
kinda
people
agree with
just
that.
died. Let's go kill them off spawn.
I think
Yeah.
you should have tried the guy on B. Who, I think
one.
Preston was the guy on B, right? He should have went back through vault and taken that fight. I think.
Bro, and then
but he was
look,
also
after-
just like
after-
playing the time.
after
Like, did he
Preston-
have spawners for that mid drop? Because he looked like he was playing for the mid drop.
So he shoots at the guy over there, and then
He kills the
dips
guy
back
in
out.
vault.
Yeah, he kills. Boom. He cuts. He comes back. Boom. Yeah, they're. He could have. Yeah, he could have maybe.
So yeah,
thought
I mean,
somebody was coming mid-drop.
there were moments that someone could
Bro,
have
but
dropped on him.
Sam,
But
you
yeah.
know, in this game, bro, you have to be moving, getting
No, of
info,
course,
helping.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
look
don't
who
think
just-
I don't think he made the right play, but I'm saying like you think that he should have been the one to kill Preston. I don't know if I agree with
Not
that.
even just that, but like maybe go back and help. But look, so
Yo,
like
look
if
at
you
AG's
rewind a little
arrow
bit,
too off spawn, bro. This guy's a
Pred
bull,
kills
bro.
Hook, and then Skies just like doesn't do anything off of that. It's like, all right, well, I just don't like when people are alive for 30 seconds while the team's getting drilled. That's something I know Pat's probably the same way. Back in the day, even if we look at, I'm looking back and going, dude, what the fuck were you doing, brother? There's no explanation that you can give me that explains like why you were out in the middle of no man's land.
Yeah, then you see AG as soon as those kills go down as well. I mean, AG books it for. He hits down the left lane and just gets right back into their spawn, right back into the spawn kills. So AG not afraid to hit those gaps and keep the spawners there. And then we get into the final round here, and this was close, man. I thought Optic was capping his point here, and then AG makes the play. He's 21-17. He's low vault. Hook actually hops off the point here. You can see Optic, they get A, but AG, they end up holding here and pretty much just pushing this to their limits. And I kind of wanted to see how it all plays out because there was a period of time where Optic almost got onto this point in cap. So it's right here. So Optic, they're getting on.
He was slamming right here, though. I will say that. Skies was slamming in our.
Wait, that mini map was so good for Optic.
Oh,
What the
wait,
fuck
this is the
happened?
wrong. Oh, this might be the wrong round. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong fucking round.
I think we were talking
This
about
is the
a weird,
this is the
it was
Optic
a
offense
really
win.
weird
I'm in the wrong
situation,
round. I thought I was in the
Sam.
2-2
Okay,
I was about to say, that was a great situation. How the
I
fuck did they lose
apologize.
that?
No, I
That's
apologize. Actually, this was Optic winning the offense. So if you
I
guys
was gonna
do-
say,
if
that
you
looked
guys,
crazy.
yeah, if you guys do want to watch this,
Skies went actually crazy in our. I gotta tip that. He had a pretty nice streak in there, pulling out the pistol and shit for
oh
both
yeah,
guns.
yeah. When they, yeah, we can actually show. We should show that because Caesar was going fucking crazy.
Yeah,
there. He was going.
We've been hard
nuts.
on him, but he was snapping in our. He won a crazy gunfight.
Yeah, he gets pushed up here and he plays a nice little cred spot here, and then he gets a nice snap here. And he finds one, snaps on to Alec, and he keeps going here too. That's not it. He ends up getting a pretty hefty streak here. He pretty much gets them 2 ticks by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on me. I pulled up the wrong round like a moron. But yeah, Sky's just finessing Art, finds another one. Big shots on a Preston. Wow, the AR is OP. And just
Like that was nasty.
that was
right
nasty.
there.
Yeah, that was nasty. He's just keeping him pinned back, and he wins another one too onto AG, and then he collapses onto the point too, gets that second tick for him. So great plays coming from Caesar, and Optic do end up keeping the pressure on him and winning this round. So great plays coming in from Optic. It is the last round though that I wanted to pull up because that was I don't know how AG made this play. They just clutched up here. So now we go back to the 8 point. And you can see it's at a sliver here. AG gets onto the site with Exnid, finds one, jumps off the wall, and finds a 2-piece. And just goes absolutely rogue. That was just, I don't even know how, let me rewind it. How did AG
Wait,
get
how
here?
did they actually do that? Yeah.
So AG was actually in their base, just spunk. Bro, AG was all over their base this game. He was just everywhere
It
I
was a
skip.
weird situation where Kyler was spawn killing them and AG was spawn killing his team. So like it was just a weird, like everybody was everywhere on the map because everybody was getting
Do
trapped.
you see the inverse
two
in what's
players.
happening? In what's happening though, like you see how like AG like went all the way right into their base, where it's like I get he's a sub, but like same situation. There was players in your base as well. Like Skies could have did that in what I was talking about earlier, and like just alleviating pressure. And now it's like the guy that's pushed up in Hook. It's like he just doesn't have as much that he can do.
Yeah.
Like, we can just
I
ISO
think
ball.
I think this situation was one I wanted to talk about right here. It's a little nitpicky maybe, but I think like they were obviously on both points because the way it kind of played out and the way they was filling, Kyler was spawn killing. But I do think Ant, if he had gotten to A quicker, they probably potentially capped this. But I think it may have just come down to just timing it at some point. Like it is what it is, you know?
Or
No, I
AG
agree with
was
that.
running people down. Then the 2-piece from Exnid, right? Just hits the pinch. If AG's not pinching, Exnid's pinching, right? And
Yeah,
it
it's
just kinda-
perfect.
It's just kind of just that pressure just over and over and over again. And Exnid, big snap. Look at Exnid. He almost, I thought he fucking.
Oh my
worked-
God.
He worked his
Bro,
fucking
no bullshit.
headset.
I thought I wasn't paying attention to the map
Looked
count.
like
I
a
thought the
Benji
series was
headset
over, bro.
spray.
I thought the series was
Right,
over.
Pat?
for
That's
that
what they
reaction.
destroy a setup, bro.
Damn.
No, they 4-0'd them realistically, bro.
And then we get into the skyline, and it just gets worse for Optic after the control. We get into the skyline, and this is a P4 rotation that I think Optic trolled again. I mean, look at the setup here. Look at the spawns, right? Optic is in a great situation.
What is this guy doing, Tom? What, like, this is what I'm saying. I was in the green. I'm so sorry, bro. I love Caesar, bro. But, like, brother, we're playing like a rat cornball corner behind the couch. Who the fuck lays there? I was in the green room. I was saying, this guy is hard aiming one spot. He runs through time and shoots Brandon in the back. Brandon is in hell, bro.
Brandon probably just lost composure when he died.
Bro, play both angles. Like, go do something. Like, this is the type of shit that I used to. Bro, I'll put up a stat line. I'll go like 18 and 23, and it'll be like, dude, Nameless is getting shit on. I'm like, no, it's because my fucking duo just gave up my back and somebody ran through time. Are you guys looking at the map, bro?
Hey, back it up. How long were they on Skies, bro? What did he do before that? Like, he wasn't even weak. He didn't need to play it that way.
That is an egregious spot to play it as an AR on rotation, bro. I'd rather you chow and die. Like, it is more important. It's better if you chow and die from an angle that you can't get too fast.
Do you guys remember the Crim 6 methods clip in World War II? The like, are you an AR or are you a bitch? Like,
yes, that's this.
That is that clip.
You just activated me like a Russian sleeper agent.
Tom, go back 10 seconds, please, real quick, so I can explain this.
Is there a mine gym? Is mine gym at my door right now?
As soon as he dies, as soon as Boost picks up Cat,
Go back Umbrella.
Hey, bro, take us down, bro.
Guys, there's one.
Scott Pat said my code word.
Also completely open because nobody's there.
Bro, he could be at Umbrella. He could be at Umbrella right now, bro.
Exactly. Like, he's still got to pick up the lane that's not open.
Bro,
I'd rather him just split his screen and play a snap. No bullshit. They come a little bit. Just
because
snap
if
on him,
he
or
dies,
right, just snap
Bro, just get gunned. Like, take the chance that you're gonna get gunned. At
this
least
is unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
Because then this happens, and that could have been a pretty hefty lead for Optic if they got a lot of time there, but they get a complete flip here.
Bro, but Sam, legitimately, imagine if me and you were on rotation, we're in the VOD room, and you're Brandon, right? And you go, yo, what happened here? And you see that?
Cockeyed, bro.
Literally,
right angle, head,
and then we get
turn.
into another rotation. This is the second P2. Now, again, Optic now they're trailing by 30 here.
They
got another full setup. Okay, now we get into a P2. All of Vegas. That's actually a 3v4 on rotation right now because Xnit's spawning out. Right, Vegas decided to just flood through kitchen. You got one kill coming in from Ant. Right, but in Vegas, they just split the gaps, and they're just all over the place. I mean, they push out the kitchen hill, they block all the spawns, they spawn out the Optic players, and they just bully their way.
This is the game, by the way. This is game over right here, by the way.
Yeah,
they end with 112, chat.
Yeah, this is game over. This is game over.
Rewind this, by the way, though. Like, watch the rotation.
Why did he chow like that?
Bro, Pat.
He's going for TikTok.
You could never... Bro.
That's gotta be the only reason. This is an insane play.
The best part of his chow is his just spawn, bro. He gets the furthest possible spawn.
Bro, this is played so well.
It's just instant karma.
Can you go back again? Sorry.
Look where he spawns. Look where he spawns.
Bro, we get to kill it all the info. You can't ask for more here.
Pause it,
bro. Rewind this though, because they Optic play it perfect. They play it so perfect up until that point, bro.
Nah, spawning that far too, you lose full when you spawn that far, bro.
After jumping off top out, bro, that is fucking
But Tom, back it up to what Ant says. Like, everything about this play works in their favor.
Because typically, guys, and from what I've seen, I feel like Optic's a really good P2 team. And we're watching this, and I'm like, this is where Optic always wins these maps. Ant makes the play, he gets the info, he gets a kill, bro, and then he goes top white. It's like perfect.
But
like, you're about to farm.
But that's what I'm saying with Ant. Ant knows how to play fundamental COD.
Yeah, he does.
We've seen Ant play fundamental COD before.
Look, now Caesar's in hell.
But no, because I had this whole argument. I had this whole argument with my stream, and out of this whole argument, I was like, bro, this guy literally won champs. Like, he knows how to play fundamental COD. Like, if Ant watches that back, he knows he fucked up. There's like he does. Be like, wow, I fucked up.
But
he knows. Like, he knows fundamental COD.
I'm not saying this is
doing too much.
I've never like played with him, but like the problem that I have is that there are a ton of players, Tom, who can watch this back and realize when they're watching it back, horrible play, I should never do that again. But they still do that shit over and over again. Yeah, that's the problem I have.
Have you guys seen any pro make that play at all this year?
I'm not saying a specific play. I'm talking about in general.
Jumping off the plat in a 4v3 in that situation?
I mean, yeah, people make a lot of mistakes if you pay attention.
We've seen that play.
That specific fucking decision right there.
We've seen that play when you have like help, right? Yeah. Somebody's coming around, and like imagine like we know everybody's come from there, and then an AR goes and peeks it. Like you can make that play. It's just like right after you got that. Just chill for a second, regen health, bro.
And then
like,
to end it off, I got the Optic listening. Let's tune in. This is the last thing. Let's tune in here.
Yeah, we can time exit. And one guy's
back right.
look couches, laying down, deep
Look
flash.
couches, guys.
I won't lose it. I won't lose it.
Look
You
couches.
guys work now. You guys work now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
One guy's gonna be here.
100% one knee. No, I'm table heading. I'm one shot. Took me inner. And then one's outer inner. It was, that was.
Looking for one.
It was AG,
AG's here. He's behind you. Behind you,
Weasel.
DJ.
I flip.
Let's go on that
Or like
flag.
close couches.
The close couches on me. They're bottom bed.
I don't see this fucking guy.
Oh no, they spawned.
You go exit. You go exit. Go exit. Our side fire.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yo, and their side fire.
You weak. I hit him once. They fire.
You did,
Last
you
guy
did.
fire. They spawn close. They spawn close.
Yeah, they're gonna
bank from mid. We should bank from mid.
They're gonna
Two
aim
times. There's 3 times.
Yeah,
Both behind the bar. Both like crits.
Outer telling me.
Exit, dead.
There's two.
I'm one shot, I'm needed. I'm dead.
One guy's P1 Alec.
Hey, there's only one at a time. Can be on you.
Or
Outer
behind the bar. By the
Go
bar.
top mid.
Outer, dead.
I see you.
I traded.
I bet you they're you.
One guy's deep left out of preset. Deep left out of preset.
I heard Jim.
They're in one shot. Exit.
One guy Jim, right? I don't see him. He's P1. All right. One guy went bottom bed. One
Yo,
guy
cut up on a bed. I'm gonna go top mid.
They're not bad.
Exit.
Really bad.
One more deep.
Dead.
One's out old.
Let me back,
Looking
let
for
me
AG after that.
Priest,
Give me the back on me.
Priest is that old? Not weak.
It's time.
Lay down the back.
Alright, can we go to?
No, that's Alex. There's two in the back. There's two in the back. They double hit me in the back.
Run old.
Double hit me in the back.
No, I'm going top it.
I'm also going top. One guy's over there. Got my
Give me
help.
the back right.
All right, that's gonna do it for the listening. What are your immediate thoughts?
How many people were small talking and not listening?
Zero.
Zero. Yeah, they weren't small talking at all.
Ant calls out like he's up to something. Like, and it's very sparse. It's like, it's
I
like,
just think it's crazy.
wait, deadass though. When he was underground, he's like, all right, guys, I'm going underground. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Let's communicate. Like, I'm making a play underground. Like, what's going on? Like, let's small talk to each other. If you're the playmaker, that's what you have to do. Like, I don't know. I thought that listening was terrible. There's no small talk. They set up no plays throughout the entire time, and it sounded like a defeated team.
If you want to see a listening difference, wait till listen to Thieves listen in the final series, and you're gonna know what a quality team actually
Like,
is.
Envoy, when he's
wait,
making
wait.
plays,
Hey,
is
online
setting
wait,
them up.
that's a
Listeners
quality
are
godlike,
online
Benjak.
team. Yes, sir.
Sure,
Online
but
listeners
still,
are the
it's
best
still an
shit.
S tier fucking listening at Thieves, and we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
online listeners. That's my team.
We got to talk about some shit in that series, but let's move on to the next one. Unless you guys got any final thoughts.
Wait, last thing, Hook's got to stop calling out like people in the middle of a gunfight, like Xnid dead. Like that shit's not. That's not that useful, bro.
My
Like
final
that shit's
thought-
not useful. Bro.
My final thought is that Optic's gonna play.
This guy say, bro.
Wait, deadass. No, that's a fact.
That
though,
might
bro.
be
It's
that might be
just
number
funny, bro. You're
49
just
on the list
funny,
of 50
man.
things that
Yeah,
that team's
yeah.
got
I
to
mean,
do.
we were talking about the listening.
I know.
I feel you.
I just think that's not what they got to worry about right now. But I do.
Bro,
I hear
that
you.
is
I hear
ass.
you. No, I hear you. I get you. No,
Bro, also they broke into the back of P4 and Skies goes, all right, there's two in the back. It's like, bro, let's maybe call out where we spawned and like how we want to approach this next situation. Like, I don't know. Wait
Yeah.
for me. I'm off spawn.
Yeah,
Optic
yeah.
has to play FaZe second match on Sunday next week. That's their last match. I just back-to-back losers bracket are in play, bro. It just is what it
Is
is.
that losers for sure if they lose that?
No, it'll come down to cheese 2-3 tiebreakers. Who knows what we're gonna be fucking dealing with there?
Yeah, 5 matches. Give us that.
It could get very weird.
All right, let's move on. We got the Boston Breach going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas, and what the fuck, man? These LAG cats, man, they're still trying to get some dubs on the board. We got a 250 to 209 Vault Hardpoint. Boston got the dub there. And then we got, why are the colors all messed up? What's going on here?
Dad's a Twitch user.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
Look, it's all,
Oh,
you
the
see how
thing?
it's green? You see how they're both circled in green? You see how one's the
yeah?
map, the LAG
Oh,
one?
I
You
heard
see?
it on my chat. Never mind.
No, it threw me off. And then we got the
Because the
Hacienda.
LAG,
Yeah. I thought they were purple. LAG then wins the Hacienda S&D 6-5. That one goes down to around 11. Then we got a Hacienda controller. Boston winning the overtime in that one 3-2, and then a 250 to 192 in the Hacienda Hardpoint. Let's take a look here at the stats. Wow, a lot of people in the red here. We got a Cammy with a 0.91, Awakening with a 1.10, Purge with a 0.91, and Snoopy with a 1.11 today. Snoopy going crazy. On the other side, a 0.99 from Fellow, a 0.98 from Kismet, a 0.81 from Lunars, and Johnny with 100 kills in a series with a 1.23, most damage on the roster. MVP going to go to Snoopy with a 1.14 in Hardpoint, a 0.86 in Search, and a 1.13 in Control. I'll be honest. I had no internet for this whole series, so I don't.
I got
know-
you, Tom.
Yeah, Sam,
Yeah, I
what
got
Can we
you,
happened
get
here?
some fucking help for John? God damn.
Yo, Johnny's actually nice.
He was
is
trying, bro.
nuts.
He's actually hella good.
He
Bro.
should have been. All right, can we just? Do we all agree Johnny should have been in the league to start the year?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
the
he
whole
had
thing
some like
fucked him
personal
over.
shit to end last season, and I think was the reasoning that he wasn't. But bro, if you watched him on that Vegas
know
team
that.
last year, you immediately knew that this kid was
Listen,
good.
He was good.
Immediately.
Johnny got screwed because the Vegas spot became the Vegas Falcons. Boston didn't make a change unless he was going to finesse his way onto like C9 for Carolina. He was going to be out of the league. In that
It's just
situation.
rare to have like an SMG like that that's elite as fuck at search and destroy and has takeover potential in the respawn. And that's what Johnny has.
is very good.
Yeah,
very,
he is.
very good.
He is legitimately very good.
I just-
But shout out to Boston though. They played a clean
This
series.
LAG
Other than this
team
5-1, I think.
It's so tough to watch because they get in like winnable. I will give them tip. The S&D comeback 5-1 was tough, but they get themselves in both hard points into situations where they can take advantage of good spawns and good rotation and just fucking scam. Like
Wait,
Hacienda, the map for Hacienda, the P2s actually pissed me off.
Nah,
This
LAG
LAG
has to be
team-
world starting to win, Sam. Like legit.
I don't think so. This team reminds me of like pre-roster change Miami. Like they find themselves in seriously good spots to win maps. Like if they make the play that's in front of them in the moment that they have to make the play, they'll win the map kind of thing. Like they just have to make that one play, like close this one rotation, win this one round, like get this 2-piece. Like they're bad, but I swear to God, they're not this bad, dude.
Well, I mean, their AR
They've
duo
played
is
such
not
close
ideal.
maps in all three of these series. Obviously, I think that they're getting outslid, but
Lunars is
they've
not
been
it,
in
brother.
decent spots.
Lunars is not it. And I'm not even saying that because this performance, just from watching him throughout I think he's not ready. I don't think Lunars is ready to be on the pro level yet. I think at times he plays too slow.
I gave him some grace pre-roster change because I thought he was coming into a pretty shit spot. But from what I've seen from him post-roster change, and I think in a little bit more of a familiar territory with Fellow, I agree.
I mean, Buddy's 18-24 with 16 seconds. Like, what legitimately are you doing?
Yeah,
I think he's had. I think he's only had like one real like shining moment. I think it was that control last series on that proto where he was like 30 and 10 or something fucking crazy. But other
I mean,
than
he
that,
can
I
shoot.
agree.
Like he can shoot, but it's just like he's just not. The game speeds up when you become on the pro level from challengers, where it's like some players just can't translate it right away.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a different
make those
game.
quick
It's a different
decisions.
game. You have to make decisions a lot quicker, but you also got to make sure you don't like overheat and like do stupid shit, right? Like you got to make decisions quick, but
Yeah.
also make the right play. So it's just I like the micromanage. Pat, I want to go to you. Pat, what do you think about the series? Pat, LAG come out and they get 3-1 by the Boston Breach. What are your thoughts on it, Pat?
I mean, I think it should have been a 4-0. I mean, we've known this. Like, there's really not much to say. Like, LAG is making a fucking Hail Mary roster change to try and be decent, but like these guys are out of champs. Like, they're really only playing upsets at this point. And I mean, they're still bottom four. It's not like they jumped into the middle pack with this change. But I think the one good thing that I'm taking away from this roster change in general is kind of what you guys touched on. But just more eyes on Johnny again. Like, he's the one guy on this team that obviously like deserves to be on a team that's better than the LAG. But yeah, I mean, Boston just took care of business, and I'm glad Boston won, honestly, because and this is going to be true for any team playing Falcons or Guerrillas, because it's just going to make this race, these 5 spots that are fighting for the last 3, or the 5 teams that are fighting for the last 3 spots. Is going to get closer and closer. So, I mean, I really hope LAG and Falcons don't continue to play spoiler, because I want to see that fucking, that race get really close and come down to the wire.
Yeah, what about
Boys,
you? Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Ed.
go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was
Ed.
gonna
What is
say,
yours?
where do you guys place Boston, like in terms of hardpoint teams, like on the season?
Hardpoint specifically.
They've been good at hardpoint, bro.
They've been pretty good at hardpoint.
Like legit. Like I
What's
feel
their
like all that's
record on it?
all that's holding them back is
They're
their.
above 500.
I don't even know.
I would say weirdly, I would say I'd probably put them behind Thieves, FaZe, Vancouver.
Yeah,
This
but
version of
they can beat them.
Miami-
I mean, they smoked Thieves when they played them, bro.
Would you put
on land
Would you put Toronto in front of them or no?
in hardpoint straight up? I don't think so. I mean, they
How much
just
do you
beat
count
Toronto.
Carolina for
series,
sure.
though?
I would put Boston in front of Carolina.
I mean, think about the
I'm
hardpoints they
Toronto.
had against Toronto. The one on land was like, if Purge doesn't blow his teammates up, they win that hardpoint.
Yeah.
And then they just played him again and beat him. Obviously, that was, as Pat said, there were some lag issues. But then they played Thieves on land and pummeled them, right? So it's like Boston have literally been like control away from being like a good team, like a legit good team.
Yeah. I mean, you see Doug in the chat now. What do you think? You think once they get their control down, and they'll like be hard, just that swing mode, right? I feel like control's such a big mode. If you can't win a control, bro, it kind of chalks like a lot of series.
Yeah, I mean that's like typically if you're good at control, you're a good team, and you know with them, it's been like the biggest thing that's hurt them because they're 50-50 in the search and destroy, and then the hard points you can't guarantee them every series, right? Versus the top team, so they just can't beat like the top teams at times.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this: I think their control, especially they haven't won a control on land. I'm pretty sure. Last I looked,
yeah, that's a problem.
I think if I also remember when I double checked that, yeah, they were 1-5 on S&D on land. So like I think
there it is.
Yeah, they just I think their S&D's gotten better over time. I didn't think they started out. They were like fighting for it. I mean, they put a lot of those close rewinds, whatever. But yeah, if they can, their hard point's good enough that they can get a floor in these other game modes. Like again, they're kind of in that mix. The problem is always with Miami getting better and Toronto and Carolina's a tough out. Like that mid pack, what you were saying earlier, Sam, we were just yapping. Like the power dynamic of the mid pack is kind of insane right now. I really don't know where all those teams kind of rank when we go to land.
Boston's in a good spot. They're good at rewind, and their dealership looks solid. So their search map pool just got a massive buff.
This was a crazy challenge around 11 from the Bulldog. He just hits up the middle of the map, and then he climbs up the fucking like the mid ladder here, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Great plays. I like the play. I like the strat call here. And then he ends up hopping off, and he gets lost here. And he jumps in the water here. He jumps in the water.
Snoopy kills him, but they killed Purge and bottom bar right after.
They create enough space to get this bomb plan post plan, I think, right?
Yeah, he goes all the way to the back. Yeah.
Go to the round where it was like they didn't plant bomb. We should talk about that.
That was crazy.
That was such a weird
Which round was it? Do you know which round it was?
I don't remember, bro.
I think it was was it the 5-3 round? It might have been round 9.
Yeah, it might have been.
It was a weird round. I Purge's face at the end of the round is also comedy. Mind blown on what happens.
Because I remember in real time thinking it was insane, but I remember, I don't know. It must have been, they must have got some like info or something why they didn't plant.
I think that was earlier.
People were saying maybe 5-2.
It might have been.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, my wife's playing Rivals, going crazy.
Okay, yeah, you're good. I thought, bro.
I thought something bad was happening.
I thought something happened over there.
You said Black Panther's diving us again.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, that's comedy. That's just hilarious. All right, so you said Boston didn't plant the bomb.
No, it was LAG run offense, and they just like waited the whole time. It was such a weird round.
All right, Boston was on offense in the 5-2 round, so it wasn't that round. Was it this round? Maybe it was the 5-3 round. Or maybe it'll come to you guys when you see the round. Was it this round right here? I had no internet here, I think did I? I don't know. I ended up losing full during this series.
I think it is this round.
I think it is this round. Yeah.
My whole internet crashed during this series, and I lost composure. I was on the phone with Spectrum trying to figure out what was going on. I
gotta get that figured out, Tom. Absolutely.
100%. I lost composure, but we're back now.
And then Johnny gets crazy, bro. Johnny sees these guys. I think because they were in a 3v3, and I think they were so worried about you, bro.
I mean, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, though. No, you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
I mean, but Tom, it's actually like heads up plays, which that's what I kind of want to tip is like for LAG, whoever had the comm of like, yo, we just need to kind of like wait on them because Boston were like running around in tandem, Purge and Snoopy.
Yeah.
It was just, I thought it was just so weird this round. Like I haven't seen a team really play this split and like they just completely adjusted to how Boston were playing the map.
Yeah, they did kind of get, that was weird. They kind of pushed off of it and they had no
timing. Bro, Purge, look at the timing that Purge gets. He's holding outer fences and literally gives it up and he slides by. Can't make this shit up, bro.
It's Paradigm.
He kills that guy's GG's.
It's Paradigm in the bases. You guys got anything else to say with the Boston breach and LAG before we move on to the next series? We spent a lot of time on the first two series. Unless you guys have anything from this series that you want to talk about.
Boston's doing good work to stay alive this season. Like I think we've talked about kind of that top 6 is sort of a no man's land. Like you're good, you're okay, you're whatever. But they're floating, they're staying alive, and like as many unlock points as you can grab with no minors, no 7 matches is big because it's going to reduce the amount of points you need to get to when you get to land. And I think Boston right now, I believe on map win percentage would be the 6th seed, correct? I think it's 3 teams on 130.
Yeah, they're on the they're sixth now.
The more important thing is
Burgess faces comedy, bro. When he reacts at the end of that round.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell are they doing, bro?
Even he was confused. Even he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I'm saying that's a great that's a great adjustment on LAG. I tip that, bro.
That's hilarious. That's actually comedy. All right, any other final thoughts, Pat? Any other final thoughts?
last thing I was gonna say is, if Boston, I don't know what their next matchups are, but if they get a winner spot, like a higher seeded winner spot, this is going to be one of the first times they're going to play like a 5 through 8 seed in the bracket.
FaZe or fucking LAT first round.
So they might have potential to.
That's the last 2 matches.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to win both of those,
could win
bro.
both, yeah. So again, they might start like a guaranteed, not guaranteed, but like a much easier round 1 and get a lot of points. So definitely good sign for Boston.
Like I said, I would just they win all of those great, and they have 4 wins. Look at the top seed. The 3-2-2-3 tiebreakers are crazy if you remember. So it's gonna be really hard to predict those.
Oh, this is the one I couldn't wait to talk about.
Yeah, we got to get into this one because Maron was this a slammage. We got a 3-0 from the LA Thieves over the Cloud9. 250 to 201 in the protocol hardpoint, 6-2 in the rewind S&D, and 3-1 in the Hacienda Control masterclass for the LA Thieves. On Cloud9, you have a 0.81 from Attach, a 1.18 from Kremp, a 0.73 from Mac, and a 0.93 from Sib. On the other side, you have a 0.78 from Envoy, but his teammates absolutely cooked. You had a 1.22 from Ghosty, a 1.31 from Hydra, and a 1.16 from Scrap. Take a look at the match MVP here. It's going to be Paco with a 1.45 in hardpoint. Paco's Hydra, by the way. A 1.80 in S&D and a 1.08 in control. Paco going absolutely crazy. Paco doing Paco things, man. He's been unbelievable. He's fun to watch. And I was able to catch the tail end of this series. And Ben, I do want to definitely go into the listening as well because I thought their listening was great. But we'll go down the list. We'll start with you, Pat. Oh, and there was also a snake in this series that I want to talk about. But Pat, what'd you think of the series?
I mean, Paco is just like what Optic fans think Shotzi is. He's just the guy that's actually getting it done. He's godlike. This Thieves squad, I mean, dude, online they are belt to ass everyone.
Well straight, man.
I don't know how much we can talk. Like they are literally dominant online. They are smoking everyone they play. If this team can just figure out how to translate this to LAN, like they could literally win every tournament the rest of the year. But obviously they haven't been able to do that fully yet. But yeah, I mean it just feels like whoever they play just cannot compete.
What about you, Sam? What you think? These are your boys, Sam. And
Team diff, player diff, skill issue, shit on.
That's all. I mean, that's it, Sam. That's it.
I mean, bro, the series was boring. Matt can't play well against good teams. Dante's been getting shit on for like 6 series straight. Paco's better than everyone in the lobby. Like I don't know what you want me to say, bro.
Krempy's giving it everything he's got out there, Sam.
Kremp is godlike, but it doesn't matter.
What about you, Benjay? What do you think? What's going on here?
I want to bring up Ant's question that he brought up on Scrap Time and on the broadcast today.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. This sub duo is diabolical. It's the worst sub duo in the league. It's the worst sub duo in the whole fucking league. Bro, Kremp is selfish as shit in Respawn. Mac is the most inconsistent player like we've seen. Like in stage 1, Mac looked good, like he was back.
Yeah.
But bro, this sub duo is, name me one, any of you guys that you're taking them over. Kremp and Mac. What sub duo on any of the other 11 teams are you guys taking Kremp and Mac over?
Depending on the day, I might have them over Shotzi and Kyler, but otherwise, yeah, you're probably right.
All right, so there's arguably 2, right? Shotzi, Kyler, I guess some people would say just given their last performance, but realistically, it's like Johnny and Kismet. And after what we saw from Johnny, especially in like S&D and in the Respawn, like I'm probably taking Johnny and Kismet.
What about AG and Xend?
I'm for sure taking AG and X. Did you see the pace those guys set?
Those guys are going crazy today. They were going crazy.
Bro, they're making Alec and Priest to look like gods in hardpoint. I'm taking Xend and Pred for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So can we stop all just roasting Attach as a community? Like, I'm not saying he's playing good. Attach needs to step it up for sure. But this sub duo in hardpoint is fucking ass. They've lost like 9 straight hardpoints. Like, in Kremp had like,
I mean, they're just a bad team.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not a good team. Yeah, I mean, I
They're
agree
just
with
a
that
bad
too.
team.
Yeah, they've been definitely struggling. Before we hop into some of the clips or some of the maps, you guys got anything you want to get off your chest or anything you want to say?
Yeah, why I have the Sam curse with ARs, man. Like I pick up an AR. It's one of my top picks. Last what was fucking
Fantasy,
Dashy.
huh?
They couldn't win. They couldn't
All
win a
good,
fucking
Ben.
map.
Sim's the worst
pick
player
up-
in the world.
I pick
don't know.
up Dante and he can't fucking get kills anymore. Like I don't understand what happened between him and Sage2 and now, bro. Like yeah, no.
It's the whole team, bro.
C9
I got
might be
Dashy,
RP, bro.
I got Dashy, Hook, and Ojani. I'm cooked, bro. I'm cooked. You know what I mean? Actually, no,
That's not
Ojani's
ideal.
dropping crazy stats though, and so is Bruce, low key. Even though they're getting shit on, I'm pretty sure Bruce is still like dropping some good stats. I actually
I'm
might
actually-
Really good statistical series today.
One thing I wanted to add about the
I have
C9
Rancor.
team
He's saving me.
is I mean I said it when it happened, but I'm still fucking annoyed they didn't make a roster change when they could have.
Oh, same.
Like, yeah, dude, this team had the opportunity to make us make a roster change. And there was rumors they trialed somebody. I don't think I would have went with
They
Capsule.
did trial Capsule.
But like they should have pulled the trigger on a roster change, even if it wasn't that
Capsule.
one.
Bro.
Because bro, this team like they're not like out of the race for this top 8, but like staying with this squad and just getting shit on, they're gonna be out real soon.
It was
Is that the
Matt.
only guy
You
they
don't-
trialed,
You don't
bro?
like Capsule,
Yeah.
man?
Hell no, bro. I don't like Capsule. No offense to them. Because, dude,
Yo,
that
Anton
guy...
here just
No,
throwing
he's,
fucking-
yo, you don't get
Wait, no. I'm not even like saying it.
Go
Bro,
ahead,
I just
go
think
ahead.
I think you can make a 2-man change here. Like I think you get rid of Mac and like you can get rid of Dill as well. And then you go in, there's players and challengers. Why is Dylan Rex not being talked about or like looked at? Bro, so many teams have tried Capsule. It's just not gonna work, bro. He was a part of the Boston team. Like they were absolute dog shit. Like it's
I probably
time
would
to-
have done Dylan Rex and Johnny right away.
Yeah,
like,
right
before
away.
LAG did. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like I don't know.
Let's
It's,
go into the listening here with LA Thieves here. They're obviously just beating on C9 here, and it was a masterclass from them. So let's see how the boys sound, right? We heard some listenings today. Let's see if we can hear a difference in comms here.
Percent don't. Top zip and top doubles and outer. 2 by time. Top zip, nice outer, top zip and outer. Last 2. Outer, by the way, kill outer. Last guy zip. Yo, I'm staying out heli. Okay, spawning double. I'm going low. He probably pinched again. He probably pinched again. Got him pinching low.
Pull up, one bullet. On time. No, outer.
Outer is. I'm pinching trip. Mid gun, I have a kill. Mid gun back. Top trips, weak. Top trips. No, Ivy. Zip. Oh, he's zip. Zip and Ivy. Zip and Ivy. Last guy zip. After that, he's out mid gun. Hey, one heli, one Ivy. One heli, one Ivy. Ivy steps, one top Ivy.
Mid.
2 or 3 gun. I got one.
One more mid attached. Mid gun. On top of the guard.
3 old, I think. Okay. At least 2. Yeah, old got me. Snaking.
We're snaking!
Yeah. Maybe. At least 2. Yeah, old got me. Snaking fucking
I'm going low.
shit.
Go
Yeah.
Wait, did I miss it? Oh.
Yeah.
But you gotta listen to Ernie when he gets snaked too. Listen to him after you get just listen.
3 old, I think. Okay. At least 2. Yeah, old got me. Snaking fucking
I'm going low.
shit.
Go
Yeah. Nate old.
But the funny part is he
Let's go
snaked
yeah?
before he
I'm
even
pitching.
took
No,
the
we
fight.
should
Like, he was clearly snaking.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Dante been snaking. He's snaking
Nice.
everyone.
Hit the hill now. Hit the hill. Probably steps in time. Hit the hill, boys. Get 5 hill. In tower, Mac. Now we pitching top broken. Top broken. One more broken. Front tower. There's spawning. Deep right. Spawning triple. I got the
This one tower.
They could have put behind you.
Yeah. No. We got it.
Broken.
I mean, we're getting hooped.
Deep right. I need him deep right. I'm out with steps with ladder. Still. I have all of it. I need help.
I'm going. Yeah.
Already ladder and steps, guys. Ladder and steps, I think. No, just one for sure. But ladder. Got one mid late. 2 mid. Mid gun right now. Mid gun.
What is Dante doing?
I'll get you stairs. On top broken. Ivor stairs. I think it's ladder. Ladder, top broken. Back, then. One more. Top stairs. One more. Top broken. Default. Challenge 3.
No,
Cram, absolute steps.
Oh, good.
One mid gun. Last guy hold the mid gun.
Just go ahead. Go low.
I am. You play for yourself, though. Go. I don't know where you went. Stop hold.
Tower weak.
Tower,
nice.
I'm jumping up Ivy.
Are we blocking or what?
Dark stairs.
This one in.
This one in, you do. Give me a second. Single bed. One's in the back. Ivy's on top.
Oh, their comms are on point, bro.
Dude, they're so good, bro.
One up top. Someone get help.
Questions, and they're being answered.
Oh, you think questions are good at it?
Yes, bro.
The Tom, why did he come at you like that?
Who, me?
P1 dead. Spawning parallel.
Hold on. We'll address this after listening.
I have left, by the way, Ernie. Focus your right. I'm out stone, by the way. In the back. Mid alley one time. Play time. Front door.
Yeah, they sound good.
Mid gun to front door as well. Mid gun to front door. Front door in the corner.
All right, we'll pause it there. I got cooked in my career for asking questions on every team that I was on.
Who was cooking you?
Lamar
what do you
and
mean?
Donnie flamed me for asking
Oh,
questions.
okay.
They
Nah, bro,
flamed me.
that's a good
Wait, what
quality.
kind of question?
It depends on the question. Like when Pred asks where are they spawning, now that's a bad question. But like if you're setting up plays and you're like, are you good? That's good.
I do think it depends on the situation. right? Like there's just certain things that should already be calmed, right? That you shouldn't have to ask somebody. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. It's not that I was saying every question you ask is a terrible, never ask a fucking question. That's not what I was saying. I was saying there's certain situations where you shouldn't have to ask your teammate like where he just spawned or what he's pushing or what he's doing. Like he should just be saying it, right? Like you shouldn't have to get it out of him. That's all I was saying.
I think when the amount of information isn't like if you're not asking questions, that's when the map just gets fucky.
Yeah, I agree, Sam.
That's
Like
an insane word. Fucky.
It just gets fucky, dude. It like especially subs. Like if subs aren't like you got to ask questions to your subs a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know where they are or what they're doing, that's when the map just becomes a fucky. It gets a it turns fucky.
Look at this hill. This hill in particular. This fucking think about all the things you need to watch on this hill. It's not a standard 3-lane hill.
What
There's
were
like
you,
5 things you need to watch.
What were you talking about saying? You said what was Dante doing over here in this P2?
His life on this P2 sucked ass. I think it was before this. I think it was like maybe 40 seconds left when he spawns up. He spawns back right, wraps all the way to sidewalk to mid gun. It's this life that he's on right now, but it's horrifying.
They're giving him nothing.
Yeah, here we go.
He
Spawns up at 35. He full wrap sidewalk. Like you're down 100 points. I understand you got to worry about rotation, brother, but you're down 100 points and your teammates are getting in the trades and you're just doing nothing. So I think his route was ass. I understand you got to hold rotation, but like you don't have the luxury of that at this point in the game.
Can I ask an interesting question? Because I actually am curious to answer on this. So Krep actually hits the last 15 minutes because he's the last person off the spawn. Do you think that's a good play with how mixed EP2 is? Like you might give yourself weird timing trying to pick up all the lanes, rotating back to like get this hill off.
I don't hate that, to be honest. Is if he can jump up and like cut him, like that was honestly like played pretty well. I mean, right here, obviously Envoy just has to die.
And but they also communicated what Envoy was doing. Like they knew where Envoy was going, where he was pushing. Dan even said something to him, like, "All right, Dale, you're by yourself over there, right? Like you're on your own, right?" And then Dale was like, "All right, I'm through. Give me a second, right?" And he kills the guy on hill. Like they're just talking to each other. They're just having a conversation.
Should always be a conversation.
Yeah, it should always be a conversation. It should never just be like, they should always just be talking to each other, and it just makes the game way easier, no? Like when everybody's common like that, it just feels so much easier. So just all the right decisions being made. But other than that, I mean, we could scroll through some of the S&D and the control, but this was a beating, no? I mean, this is a... What, Ben said no? What?
C9 or a dead team. Sam, can I bring up the
They're not making champs, bro.
Can we talk about the snake?
Sure,
you want to bring up well, I'll let you do it because it's your take. I don't want to take
I'm not. I mean, I don't know if it is public. Ben said it was, but I don't know.
it is public.
Okay, so there was an iteration of this C9 team preseason that, in hindsight, obviously they didn't have that information at the time. I think there was Nero for Mac on this team, and obviously no one could have known. But if that team had existed, I think that they would have been so good. Again, it's a stupid thing to bring up, but like it was a possibility
in general. So
it was just fun to think about.
Yeah, he was a huge risk. I mean, stage 1, it looked like they kind of like in terms of Mac, he was like the only guy making big plays for them. But
we been good all year.
Bro, we knew this from the jump, guys. Like Mac's an inconsistent player, right?
Fisher thought.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Bro, I'm sorry, but like this team's friendship circle are the worst offenders of just absolute friendship cheese getting in the way of roster changes that they need to make. Like, I think it was clear that they were in sort of the like danger zone, and them not pulling the trigger, which has happened multiple times with this group of players, is going to hurt them long term, aka not making champs this year.
That's kind of why I thought Lamar.
The AG situation. It's happened on some other teams. I get it. You want to trust your boys. You think they're going to figure it out. But this is a year where they've now fallen behind everybody, and I think they're likely not making champs.
This is a reason that I was worried about Lamar coaching this team. I think Lamar would be a good coach, but I think the fact that he's coaching this particular team with these guys on this team is what is going to hold them. Like, was a factor for holding them back from making changes.
You just don't see it. You don't see them make. But weren't they trialing players?
I think they trialed one player. It seems like.
Yeah,
so
but even a trial though, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly they went against it, right? So it's just like it's one of those things where I think there was another coach, bro, that didn't have these close friendships with these players on this roster. Like, you would have been begging this team to blow up.
So do you think they make a change? Do you think they're gonna make a change here, or what?
They got to, Tom. Bro, I mean, if you think, bro, this team has so many problems, Tom.
I mean, their schedule going forward, they're playing for EWC.
I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I'm definitely not disagreeing.
This team is in
They've been struggling
EWC
for sure. They've been struggling.
They got kind of. I'm gonna give them slight pass. They got schedule fucked pretty hard these last 3 stages because they opened up with some easy opposition. The last 6 teams that they played Carolina and FaZe to claw out the major 2 qualifiers. At the event they played Toronto, they beat Toronto, to be fair. They lost to FaZe, lost to Thieves, and then this split they played Optic 3-0'd them, and then they played Thieves and got 3-0'd.
I mean, bro, like
I'm not gonna excuse
we're
the
naming
losses.
half the league, like
But they did. Those are really good teams. And the problem that Sam highlights is go look at the rest of their schedule, Tom. If you want to go on Breaking Point and pull it up, it doesn't get any easier because the teams now are going to play some of those mid-pack
This team's EWC bound.
but all of them made changes, and those teams are playing better than they are right now.
this is a red card, bro. That's low key a
Bro,
crazy
Dante's
shit.
a repeat offender, man.
No, yeah, he actually doesn't give a fuck.
Dante is
bro.
a repeat offender.
I'm not gonna lie, I would stop giving a fuck too, bro. If I was T9, I'd be like, bro, we can't win a fucking hard point, dog. I'm bringing out everything.
But that's the thing, Ant. That's the thing. Everything's coming. Hey, everything's happening now, just like the old days, bro. It's coming full circle. Snaking is slowly creeping back in. There's gonna be
really
a period
is.
of time where we see teams hard fucking snaking again. Like I'm talking about pump, just pumping. Like an MW. You remember what was it?
IW?
No,
IW.
no. I was gonna say hotel. Remember the snake pit on
Oh
hotel?
my god.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember the snake
Oh, more
pit on the?
PTSD.
Remember, yeah,
So
remember how
he-
that
he's
hill played?
triggered
Remember how
Austin,
that
bro.
hill played in MW2 on hotel?
Yes.
That we're like we might theoretically see that again soon. Like, bro, there are people snaking, but people are pumping out there.
For the pros in the chat, has this snake been brought up in the group text? I'm very curious.
I would love to
Austin,
know.
first of all, I used to shit on you.
That's a pin. That's a pin for sure.
Wait, by the way, that is a lie. I used to
That's
gun
a
Austin.
pin.
I have series where putting Austin in a hoop mixtape.
Slash just
bad.
said Nameless used to just square up and get ripped off headies by me. He
But
didn't
I will
snake.
say, we both played ethical ball. Neither one of us snaked, bro.
I remember when Austin started snaking in MW2. That shit was
Wait, so what's
common.
going
Austin
on?
was legitimately
now
a
that
freak.
Austin's
Wait,
in here, also, has there been any movement in the GA chat about these snakes that have been happening, or is it chalked? Are we back to snake? What's going on? Like, what's actually happening?
He's old. He don't give a
He's gonna
fuck.
say
Yeah,
chalk, bro.
he's gonna respond. I don't know,
He's
bro. I don't
old,
give a
bro. He don't
fuck.
care.
Yeah, he's gonna say, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Fucking, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Ben. What are you gonna say?
The person in chat said, "Let them snake." Yeah, wait till you see that, brother, and you let us know if you enjoy that version of the game.
Yes.
In this game, you're actually getting shot by thin air.
Bro, imagine P3 Skyline snaking the fucking hill, bro. Oh my
You can
god.
wall bang him at least.
Yeah, but you could just move left and right, snake crazy,
Like
bro.
the snake pit on fucking hotel.
Wow,
Do you
great
guys-
analogy, Ben. I feel like someone else just brought that up.
Wait, do you think Cloud9's gonna make a change soon, or what? I mean, when can they make a change? What are
I
roster
think
locks
they
look
make a
like?
change if they lose this match right after this. No bullshit.
After this
No,
weekend?
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
stick it out, bro, until after the stage.
I mean, you,
Bro, I agree with Ant, bro. Why are we sticking shit out?
like,
It
what is the
doesn't
point
work.
of that? We
Because
have
they have
5
the
games.
ultimate
losing.
friendship
They've been
cheese
sticking
fucking
it out
team,
for
bro.
months.
The ultimate friendship cheese team, bro.
They've been stuck for months.
Bro,
And,
They've been
and
sticking it
also,
out.
They have to
also
change.
big problem. This is also the worst week to make roster changes because if you want to get top challengers players, well, too bad. They need to play out the elite playoffs. So at best, you're going to get them after the elite playoffs on Thursday. You get no practice time.
Yeah,
Wait, so
I'm,
they
I'm
can't go
still
grab
wanting to
anybody
lock
after
them
this?
in.
They
Like,
can, but like you're putting those players in a weird bind too, because there's real money to be made off that challengers qualifier and challengers elite that they're playing for right now. This is the worst week to make roster changes theoretically.
Bro,
Damn, it's almost as
C9's
if they should have done it
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly.
Bro, you
Crazy.
never wait, bro. But wait, I wanted to ask one more thing, Ben, because just to clarify, you still think that Shotzi and Dashy need to be broken up or dropped? That was your take on Optic, right, Ben?
My thing is I think the duo has run its course from my POV.
Okay. And you also thought the FaZe trio should have made a roster change last year, right?
I said that I think that if they did not go to EWC and win that event, that yes, I think they would make a change. And obviously they fucking won. So GG's that.
I was just making sure I remembered correctly.
Any further
That was
questions, Slayer? Any further
But
questions?
no, that's it, Tom. Let's get the predictions and have Ben miss his putt and get out of
Did you
here.
just call Optic FaZe, Pat?
Huh?
Did you just compare Optic to FaZe?
No, I was just comparing the fact that like Ben has also called for top talent to break up before and
No, because what happens is
You
I
need
don't
top-
say that.
top talent.
You
obviously,
need top
it get-
talent
it
to
gets
win a
Talent.
flipped,
Talent.
it gets started
You
handed,
said
and
You said
and
top
that's not at
talent,
all what
Pat.
I said. So it's what it is, bro. I don't really give a fuck anymore.
I mean, they are talented players. They can
You
shoot.
said top talent.
I like
Pat.
that, Benjay.
I think we just need to clarify what I call talent. Okay,
Bro, could
there's
you-
mental talent and gunny talent, and they only have one of those.
Bro, could you imagine, bro? Bruce gets dropped and ends up on like, God forbid, like Thieves for like, and they would just rock everyone's world. Like, It would be way too
Thieves
old.
wouldn't make
Don't
changes.
disrespect my King Dango.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm
Thieves
just
wouldn't make
saying.
changes.
Don't
There
disrespect
are like
Dangos.
crazy levels, and Dashy is one of those guys who's like,
But you guys can't. My only
Thieves
thing
love Dan for sure.
with
no,
with
he's
the
really
duo-
good. He's insanely good.
My only thing to do
But
is
Brandon is another level of talent.
outside of last year, their variance as a team is like pretty significant. And prior to last year, when they did make it to the finals, they weren't converting. So the duo's history is in the FaZe trio where they're winning multiple events every year. And I just feel like sometimes time runs its course. And yeah, maybe they clutch up, they go to EWC or Major 4 or Champs and they figure it out. But I just think at the moment I'm kind of out on this situation, man. I really am.
It's never gonna happen, bro. There's no way.
It shouldn't
No,
happen,
I agree
but-
with you. I think it would take another year of absolute dog shit placing or not making chance for them to actually
They
do
need
it.
to send a contract. They need to start drafting the contract right now for Kenny with the apology, handwritten, literally handwritten, bro.
He
Like,
already rewrapped his car though. It's done.
buy
right?
him another car and wrap it in the green wall colors, bro, with an apology letter written on it.
You want him to wrap his car
wait,
in
he
the
changed the
apology
wrapper?
letter.
No,
Wait,
then
did he
buy
make
him
it
a new
purple?
one, wrap it.
You guys want to hear
To wrap
Optic
Kenny's car in the
Optic
apology
fans
letter.
are not going to like what I'm
Deadass.
about to say, by the way.
What are you about to say,
the,
Ben?
the off-season market is about to get very weird because there are going to be multiple teams probably wanting to shell like significant cash for players, aka Falcons, LAG, and potentially Optic. Optic obviously has the whole Optic, like the what comes with that, and it's really above both of those teams. But like they may get chased up on the money angle by those other two squads. Like they're not in a high
Wait,
leverage
what were the
situation
two?
when it
What were
comes
the
to
two
getting
orgs
people.
you said?
Yeah,
Falcons
they
and
are
who?
gonna
Falcons.
spend probably.
And LAG, which are going to force the buy up on anyone they're trying to get.
It's a good point, Ben.
I do agree
That's
with him,
actually
actually.
legitimately a good point.
Yeah.
But
it's-
also,
it's just-
Optic
I
has been
think
spending
they'll still
millions on their teams anyway. So
Yeah, I think they'll get their guys, but I just think it's going to cost them, unfortunately, a lot of money to do it. This is what it is with the market, I think, this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, Optic can sway people in other ways.
Exactly my point. It's just there's other teams are just going to throw cash. They're going to have a match or get close.
if you're a player and the money's even somewhat comparable, you probably want to go play with Shotzi and
Yeah,
Brandon.
100%.
Yeah, 100%,
And
100%.
there's perks of playing for Optic. They built up their brand. So,
I'm just curious what their direction is as a team. Kind of like wrapping back to the point I was making when we were talking about their series. I just don't know where they want to go.
It might honestly be Geo, bro.
I think it needs to be
Yeah,
Like-
he's nice.
it needs to
Gio
be
is
the
nice.
next level of talent.
Yeah.
I don't think I know they want to get the S plus superstar names, but genuinely I think this org needs to be looking at we'll use Geo because you use them. Like there are players out there that are heavily underrated that this org could benefit from.
yeah.
But
And the last time they went out of their comfort zone, they got Dan fucking Ghosty, bro.
will those
like-
players excel in a high pressure cooker situation like this? That is going to be the question. They could be talented on a Rocker or Vegas Legion or whatever, but you put them in a pressure situation like this, the environment around them is completely different. It's
I agree. You gotta pick a big
Formal's
courage.
back, baby.
But either
Formal's
way,
back.
pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. But some
Or
people
crushes
crack
you.
under pressure, Pat, as you know.
Yeah, but you gotta put them under the pressure to figure out who's a diamond and who's a dud.
Yeah, but you don't want to
know.
fucking pick up two players and they're fucking coal. And you're back to this shit.
So is this team chalked? Because I still feel like this team could show up to an event and just randomly tweak.
I don't think that
And-
they're winning an event.
And
this
not
year.
win, but they could definitely make a random tweak.
They can make a
run. It's
random
just-
tweak run for sure.
Yeah.
What are we saying is a random tweak run?
Everything's
final?
clicking.
What are we classifying as a random tweak
A
run?
Sunday.
A top four?
A Sunday, Sam.
Top four. Okay.
Yeah, Sunday.
I don't think they're making
Two wins is a random
Two wins is a tweak run.
What am I fucking playing?
Two
dude?
wins is a blackout tweak run.
That would be a tweak run for the bro.
A 2 wins tournament run. is a
Two
tweak
wins, you're out
run.
of there by fucking
Well,
Friday night.
technically, it would be
Oh
like
my
a
God.
3-4 runs. But
Holy
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, Sam,
I just want Optic fans to understand that they can still
insane.
they can still beat some good teams. They have the talent.
Yo, Sam, you know who'd be a great
EWC
Never
player,
tried.
Sam? You know
I'll fix
who'd
it
be
up.
a
What's up,
great
Tom?
player, Sam, for Optic? Encourage,
Who?
Sam. Encourage.
Oh, you're so
Oh,
tough.
Oh, propaganda.
You should get Derek the Goat in there too. So
No,
tough.
but on some actual real shit to tie that, Tom. This is why
Yeah.
EWC being in the factor is super interesting now in the world of COD, because that event and the fact that it kicks the off season beyond into the end of July, August, like people are gonna have an opportunity to pull up to that event and show out and make that conversation on roster is really interesting. So yeah, FC Steins are the qualifying, they go in and make it to bracket.
Bro.
Fucking never know.
EWC is the most expensive trial period.
Dead ass. Yo,
It's the
last
most
thing I'll say.
expensive trial tournament.
Yo,
Well,
Pred and
sometimes those teams
Kenny,
get their shit
Pred and
covered,
Kenny
yeah.
got booted from Optic and
Pride
legitimately look godlike now.
Yeah, of
in their
course. I mean, bro,
respective
did
teams. That's insane.
anyone in chat expect him to continue to drop a 0.5? Did any of us continue
I
to
think
expect
people
him to
thought
drop
that.
a
Probably the
0.5?
world's
think people
biggest
legit
Kenny
thought
hater
I think
did.
people were starting to
there's
think
no
it because
chance in
he
hell
was
if you
We
say
all
that,
thought
you're
he
just
would
lying.
be like a 0.9 or something, but he obviously is overperforming that.
That like people saying yes just like had absurd hatred for him because he was getting shit on. Like, bro, if you look at Ken objectively as a Call of Duty player, there is no world in which in his different situation with a different outlook on the game in a more comfortable place, he wasn't going to play better. That's just fucking 2 + 2.
Hey, I did say that I think Kenny and Pred going to
AG
these,
just beat them.
I will say that I had said this beforehand when they made the change. I think Kenny and Pred like it was for the better for them. You know, I think for them it's just like, you know, I'm sure AG signed a hefty contract with the Falcons, and you know he's starting to find you know, obviously they got a big match win today. So you know he's starting to find some momentum there, and Kenny's been playing really well with Minnesota, right? So I mean, it was almost like a blessing for him, right? They get into a new camp. Honestly, the whole Falcons camp, but that was a blessing for him because even Alec and P Dog are over there now, and they look like they're more comfortable now too. So sometimes
guys
changing
expect-
scenery helps. Changing scenery can help you.
You guys expect Kenny to be on this rocker team long term though?
I think he's
actually
gonna
do.
have. I think
I
he
actually
have lucrative
do.
offers, bro.
I feel like he could play a pretty.
I
big
actually
role
do
in
think Ken will be
off-season
here.
roster mania.
I don't know
this-
why. I have a sneaking suspicion, depending how they end the season. I think that he could potentially stay there.
Bro, he's gonna have offers though. To Ben's point, like there's gonna be some players in the or organizations in the market, and like if you're
You mean like a Falcons LAG style
you're
team?
Fal-
I'm
if
thinking
you're
if Thieves don't
Falcons-
win, baby, there's a
Bro,
little bit of a Kenny return angle.
I mean if you're Falcons,
That'd be
like
crazy.
or
would be
LAG,
crazy.
I'm going after him for sure.
Yeah, no, I think Ken's gonna have multiple opportunities and be able to kind of craft what he wants.
All right, let's do predictions for tomorrow. We got the Minnesota Rocker going up against Cloud9. I got Minnesota in that one. We got Vancouver Surge going up against Carolina Royal Ravens. I got Vancouver in that one. And then we got
All the
Thieves
left
versus
teams.
Toronto. Yeah, I'm going all the left. Minnesota, Vancouver, and LA Thieves versus Toronto. I'm going LA Thieves. I'm taking the whole left side. Who do you got,
Same.
Pat?
Yeah, all left as well.
Sam? All left?
All left.
Benjay?
All left, although somehow I think Toronto will make that last series interesting. I don't know.
Nameless.
see.
I'm gonna call only one upset, and I think it's Carolina's gonna win tomorrow.
Really?
What's their crumble lineup? Does anyone know?
I think Carolina's gonna win tomorrow, man.
The pseudoscience, Benja. TJ's been dirt shit.
Oh, guys, you you need to look
I
at this
thought that-
No,
I
no,
don't know,
you
Van-
need to
It's
'cause he's
look
on
at
my
this
fantasy
crumble
team, it's
lineup
not his fault.
right now.
What's
You need
going
to look
on
at
with
this
fantasy?
Crumble.
Well,
You
Ben
need to pull up Crumble right now.
Crumble.
Yeah, pull up Crumble.
Wait, Teja's game 4 hardpoint.
You looking at
You need to
me?
pull this lineup.
Insane.
Disgusting, bro.
Insane.
Yeah, I'll put it in chat.
Does my location? Why is it asking me for a location? Clicking on this.
Just say fucking accept once.
Okay, let me see what's going on here. Let me click on it here. Ben, you're sending me some crate. You're sending me. Are you sending me fucking hacks?
No, this is the actual Crumble website, Tom.
Okay, wait, hold on. I clicked on something. They brought me to the Ninja. You put in the TeamSpeak?
I put in your fucking chat.
Oh, thank you, Benji. I appreciate it. I was looking at the TeamSpeak. I thought you meant the chat, like the TeamSpeak chat.
No, you always tell me to send you links in chat when you're.
There's a Kardashian cookie this week.
The Kardashian cookies. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, bro.
Chris Classic. yellow
Flourless
layer
chocolate cake.
Teja's getting world starred.
I don't know. I think this lineup's kind of.
It was written in the stars, man. He's on my fantasy team,
I
bro.
think this is a great lineup.
yo,
Ben's got a thing for the Kardashians.
TJ
That's
This
why.
lineup is great.
Ben's got a thing for Khloe
You're
Kardashian,
telling me
bro.
this lineup isn't great though.
No, it's not.
No.
Teja's
Remove the
getting
Kardashian
fucking
part out.
This might be a 0 out of 10.
0.5 watch time.
No, it's a good lineup. I believe, bro.
Hey, bro. I don't know.
It
That
might be
sugar
an
cookie
exact
does look
sign.
I'm looking
fire.
at a
This
cookie,
lineup is fucking godlike.
fucking cookie with a cookie dough bite on top of it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good,
that's great.
bro.
I love fucking animal cookie dough. Let's go.
Get me out of here, bro.
All right, bro. Ben, can you hit the fucking pot and
Yeah,
get
I
us
hit
out
the
of here,
pot,
bro?
bro.
Even
Thank
Sender's in
you.
the chat. Even Troy's in the chat. He's
Go watch
trying.
this fucking UFC card, bro.
He's trying to see some putts, bro. He's trying to see some putts. We got a lot of predictions coming in as well. Man, those cookies look terrible, man. That
They
sugar
look
cookie
awful.
dough.
Cookies are good. You guys are
Maybe
just-
maybe it's reverse psychology. Maybe Tej is gonna fry this week
He might.
because he's been getting pooped on.
Listen, am I gonna putt like Bryson and Shambo, or am I putting like
Go
Scotty
putt, man.
No one
Fuck.
even knows the names you just said, bro.
Hit the
I
pot,
do.
man.
Because you're not ball number, Pat.
I think a lot of people know those names, but
Bryson had a crazy putt.
I think a lot of people do know those
18.
names, Pat. Those are like professional golfers.
Oh, it was like a 45-foot putt he
Trying to get him to
drained.
go putt, bro. This guy talks way too much.
Benji Nassim stepping up to the plate. He's got his stinky slippers on. Let's see what this guy can do as he lines up the pod. Got a lot of channel points on the line, and he sinks the puck.
This is where he
Come
says, "I knew it
cool,
was going when I
collect
hit
it.
it."
Hey,
Unlike Bryson today.
wait, why didn't you do the little thing like when you go like this? When you wipe your hands like that, you do the little, you know what I mean? What the fuck, Benji? The fuck?
I like that,
I didn't
Ben.
do
That
it
was
this
good.
time.
Good putt stroke
And that was
there.
icy,
you.
Benji. Benji, that was icy, man. It's
I'm
about
trying,
time.
to do like the more of the Bryson arm lock.
Here's
I
the
can't
thing,
do it.
Ant.
Let's have a
Here's the
longer
thing.
putter.
Can he do it on a Sunday, Ant? Can he do it tomorrow on a Sunday?
He's a horrible Sunday putter.
The lights would be brighter too.
Horrible Sunday putter.
You know
I've
how
been a
those
terrible
lights
Sunday
get.
putter
You
this
know how
year.
those lights get. But you listen, I want to give a huge shout out to Ant Nameless for hopping on today's episode of the Flame. Ant, you were natural here, Ant. You're natural.
Thanks,
man.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Just
Look,
enough
you
rage
on-
debate to keep the chat entertained. That's very well done.
Yes,
Oh,
sir,
yeah,
bro.
try to do my part here. It's
Yes,
good
sir,
discussions. You guys make it easy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on as always, especially last second. I know you were at the studio, so you're driving home real quick and hopping on. I really appreciate that. And of course, shout out to
Anytime,
everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Get some W's in the chat for Nameless and show some love. But guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio sites around. Go follow at the Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. And of course, ZooMaa.gg for the merch. And join the community. It's pinned to the top of the Flank Twitter, top of my Twitter. Make sure to join the community. We're closing in on 24,000 people in the Flank community.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
Yes,
real quick.
go ahead, Slay.
I need to bring something up for you to show on stream because Slasher is obviously the pinned comment in the chat right now. So I just had a quick look, and I feared that Slasher was not ripping you off headies, and it was in fact
see.
the opposite.
That's what I'm saying. Is it my all-time record against Austin?
What?
No, it's just
Yo,
Austin getting shit on against
Oh
you.
my God, bro. Austin was nothing. I was playing this guy since way back. He was free. I'm telling you.
No
I know it doesn't.
way,
listen.
No way.
I don't know.
There you go, Liddy Goat.
I mean, that team
Liddy,
was
isn't it crazy
pissed.
how Pat just has a random scoreboard from fucking COD Ghost or some shit?
That
like,
is OG right
like,
there.
bro, Pat just got everything. Bro, Pat's got a whole file,
Resourceful,
bro.
bro.
He's
Listen,
got
I told you, I've been
folder,
Wait,
bro.
is Duarte
Austin's
9 and
claiming
2?
online.
Searching.
Austin's
This is
claiming
searching.
online
He is.
cheese.
He is.
Wait,
He's
Austin, I
9-3.
played you on LAN plenty of times and ran your world. What do you mean?
Holy shit, man.
I'm just talking about individuals, straight me and you, Gunny. You knew.
Oh,
you know
you're running
deep
the
down.
ones on him too?
I was running the ones on Austin.
Oh man,
I've seen enough. Let's get a 1v1 between Nameless and Slasher.
it was a matchup thing, bro.
It was a matchup thing. For some reason, versus Austin, I felt ultra confident.
Listen, we're gonna do a whole Call of Duty card. We're gonna do Nameless and Slasher. We're gonna end it with Benji Nassim and Kason. Who's gonna take the whole thing? We're gonna see. We're gonna do a whole COD card. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on the next one. And also apologies for the watch party today. I did lose internet at the end of the watch party, so apologies for that. Come on, Sam, what the fuck?
Fuck Spectrum. Fuck Avenue Sim. What's on the show?
Absolutely. But yes, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Later, guys. Peace out.